We are multi-streaming live to Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, mgtow.tv, manosphere.tv, DLive, and of course, in crystal clear, high-resolution 4K to Sharpe stream. So however you are watching, wherever you're watching from, thank you for making the Sharpe Reality Live a part of your daily routine. It is, I never know what day it is. It is Thursday, August 5th of 2021. It is good to have you guys in this afternoon. Oops. Wait a minute. Got a fantastic show in store for you today. That's a little weird. Hang on, guys. Hang on. Oh, that's what it is. There we go. There we go. All right. Now we're good. Okay. I was like, where the hell did we go? Got a fantastic show in store for you guys today. Very, very much looking forward to today's show. Learned all kinds of things on Kevin Samuel's show last night. Kevin's as good as they come. Once again, he snuffed out. He ended up not snuffing out. He ended up sniffing out a female who was being partially wasn't being as forthcoming as she needed to be. Wasn't as forthcoming as she needed to be. No, I'm drinking Red Bull not because Kevin does. Well, let's keep it real. I do because Kevin does. No, I've always been a Red Bull guy. But I drink the sugar free. I've got a few pounds to lose, and so I keep it 100 with the sugar free. I keep it 100 with the sugar free. Very nice. Good crowd in here today. 473 people already watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you hit the like button. The reason that we are now sitting at damn near 122,000 subscribers is because of you guys. Yes, I bring the content and all that. Blah, blah, blah. Been there, done that, said that. But the real reason, and yes, I am wearing red leggings. I've got the leggings on from when I lifted this morning. Definitely going to squat this afternoon. Give that another shot. But the reason why we are sitting at damn near 122,000 subscribers, up 12,000 subscribers from just 4 weeks ago, is because of you guys. It's the engagement. It's the likes and the shares. It is the likes and the shares that keeps this going. So if you're in the chat, if you're a Ninja Watcher, no problem. You don't have to chat. Do me a favor and just lightly tap the like button. Taparoo. I think Kevin Nealon and Happy Gilmore for all of you men of a certain age. Big thanks goes out to Robert Eliezer. Says, shout out from Jacksonville, Florida. Happy to have discovered the channel and been enjoying the content immensely. Appreciate that very much. I enjoy very much what I do here at TSR Towers. Let's see, who else do we have here? Wesley Delvoy. Welcome to chat privileges. Welcome to the TSR family at Wesley. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Is that Delvoy or Delvoy? Delvoy or Delvoy? At Robert Delvoy or Delvoy to welcome him to chat privileges. And Robert, if you would put your age and your location in case you happen to live close to one of the guys. You guys can link up. This is how we find like-minded people, etc. DJ Berserk, $15, says, appreciate you, DS. You're helping me reclaim my life. Respect from Naula. Yes, sir. Dev and I were actually going to go down to New Orleans today. But apparently they are, I guess there's a mask mandate going on down there. And we're not trying to be, dude, listen, man, we're not trying to be anywhere where there's a mask mandate. We are trying to steer clear of the masks. We were going to go out to West Virginia, but I'm having some pretty good momentum, what with training and the show, and I decided just to go ahead and put a halt to all training or to all traveling for the time being. I just came out of sort of a long winter in terms of YouTube. My subscriber count had literally stagnated. In a 4-month span, I lost 63 subscribers. Have no idea how that happened. Actually, I do, but I don't want to give anybody any more clout anyway. But those problems appear to be in the rearview mirror, and the only way to keep the momentum is to keep the foot on the gas pedal. I am rested and refreshed from the CME, the Conference of Masculine Excellence, so I'm good. I'm feeling great. I have lots of energy. I'm actually getting about 7.5, 8 hours of sleep at night, so I figure why interrupt that with traveling? I remember having a conversation with Myron right before he and I flew off to Vegas to shoot the promotional footage for the CME, and he's like, man, I hate traveling because it kind of messes everything up in terms of training and all that other stuff and diet and all that. So definitely taking his advice there. Shout out to my sharpshooters on the Sharpe stream side: Dre Raven, Hellfong, Apollo 137, Hemlar, Dandy DBC, Malik D, Slapduck. First time seeing you in here. Looks like Philip is getting a little bit tell you what, man, I have PTSD, man. Clyde's gotten out of his cage twice, and he's a motherfucker to catch, so anytime I hear anything. Anyway. So yeah, man. Yeah, I'm not going to West Virginia. Not going to West Virginia yet. I'll decide that at a later day and time. Fred Astaire DeCartier with the $5 super chat says, shout out to D Sharpe and the Red Pill crew. Keep dropping bombs. You better believe it. DJ Berserk says, yeah, huge mandate don't come. There's like 500 plus confirmed cases every day and rising mortality rates. Wow. Okay. Yep. Definitely staying away from New Orleans. I've never been to New Orleans before. I will visit there at some point in time, so hopefully we can get around to that. At any rate, let me quit running my mouth. About my boring life. And get to the... Janet L'Italian, member for 19 months, wishing Devin a preemptive birthday. I guess it's past midnight out there in Hong Kong. So in Hong Kong, Dev is 45. And I make fun of her every year. Between August 6th, which is her birthday, that's tomorrow, and August 11th, which is my birthday, that's Wednesday, I always make fun of her. You're 2 years older than I am. She's a year and 5 days older than I am. But for 5 days, the number is 2 more than me. She loves it when I joke about that. All right, let's go ahead and get right to it, guys. So, as usual, Kevin Samuels had a dynamite show. And there weren't too many interviews that were really worth breaking down. He had quite a few people come on. He had quite a few women come on. Most of the women that came on didn't really have much to offer in the way of content. He talked with a few, et cetera. But there were 2.5 interviews in particular. The last one that I'm going to break down, not real. I mean, I guess it is kind of pertinent. But the first two are absolutely rock solid RP gold. It is RP gold. The long and the short of Kevin's opening monologue is he's asking women, are you looking for a job? Kevin's monologues get better every single time. They get better and better all the time. Are you looking for a job? Are you looking for a new job? That was his question. To his audience, to the ladies in particular. Are you looking for a new job? What did he mean by that? Well, what he means by that is high-value men show their commitment, they show their seriousness by employing their women. He pointed out the fact that high-value men who have, own, and run businesses, entrepreneurs, etc., more often than not, put their women to work for them. Now, a lot of people might think, or a lot of women in particular might think, well, why would I ever want to work for my boyfriend and or husband? And of course, you think to yourself, well, why is that a problem? Well, I'll tell you why it's a problem for them. Because it ties you, it really does tie you to your boyfriend or your husband. It really, really does. If the business doesn't do well, she doesn't do well. If he decides to dump her or break up with her or divorce her, guess what? It's probably a safe assumption that he's probably going to fire her. He mentioned several times that all of the top content creators in this space are either married or in cohabitating long-term relationships. I can name a few right off the top of my head. Rollo Tomasi, Phil Foster. Look, Rollo Tomasi, wife and daughter. He's got a wife and daughter. His daughter's 21, 22 years old. Beautiful girl. She's a, beauty queen and all that good stuff. Real smart. Phil Foster, he's married. He also has a beautiful daughter. I think she's probably 18, 19. Don't quote me on that. Zach Small, he's married. I think he's got 2 or 3 kids. His oldest son is probably going to pitch in the big leagues one day. Probably. He's got a shot. When I listen to the numbers he talks about his kid putting up, I'm like, dude, this kid might be a star. Let's see, who else is there? Oh, well, obviously, there's myself. I'm in a long-term cohabitating relationship with Dev. Now, my relationship in particular works very well because Dev works for me and she uses the expertise that she learned out in her field to help me. Now, of course, I say this all the time. Listen, man, I would have gotten to this point with or without Devin. That's absolutely true. But I'm not gonna sit here and cap and say that I would be making as much money if I didn't have Dev. Who knows? Maybe I would, maybe I wouldn't. But I would have to farm out a lot of the tasks that she does. And you guys know what it comes down to with this kind of content. You can't really trust anybody. You just never ever know. You guys remember I tried to buy a texting service, push notifications, or it's actually a texting service. Get on the text list. These sons of bitches came back to me and said, we don't think your company is a good fit for our business. I'm like, I'm sorry. I beg your jargon. Wait, what? I said, wait a minute. Aren't I supposed to be the motherfucker who decides that? They said, thank you for your consideration, blah, 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 but we're not a good fit. Translation, they don't like men-centric content. Right? I've had my PayPal shut down, all kinds of stuff. When you talk about unflattering truths about women in this way and simultaneously give men the tools to have a leg up on the dating market, they don't like that. They don't like that. What it comes down to, guys, is guys like us, we're bad for business. We're telling guys, look, man, make this girl earn your commitment. Make her earn what you give her, right? This means that guys like me, I don't buy my woman all kinds of stuff all day, every day. Yeah, listen, she's got a few little extra doodads. She's got a couple of nice Coach purses and Michael Kors bags and all that good stuff. But I don't shower her with gifts all the time, right? Well, guys like us, we teach men, listen, man, don't just be giving away your resources for free. Make her work for the resources and attention that you give her if she earns it. We're bad for business. Yeah, Dr. Thunder, Sean Smith says PayPal was shut down during our interview. Wow. Was that mine or yours? I think that might have been mine. Was that mine or yours, Sean? I can't remember. I think it probably was mine. This is just how it is. But to bring it back around, what Kevin talked about is absolutely 100% true. In 2021, the only way to get a return on your investment that you put into a woman, your time, your effort, your energy, your resources, is to put her to work for you. It is to put her to work for you. I put Dev to work for me, and things seem to be running smoothly. If your value is high enough, you have the ability to, and I didn't ask her, hey, would you like to, nope, I said, hey, Dev, check this out. You're going to put in your 2 weeks notice today. You're going to come work for me. And she said, okay. And listen, Dev lives a wonderful life now. She wouldn't trade it for the world, at least not that I know of. She gets to wake up pretty much whenever she wants. Everything is taken care of. Everything is paid for. I pay all the bills. Dude, I pay all the bills. I pay all the bills. Right now, she's paying her personal trainer, but I'm about to do some financial restructuring between me and her. And what it's going to come down to is I'm going to give her an allowance. I'm going to pay all her bills and give her, I don't know, like maybe a weekly allowance. $500 to just do whatever you want with. I don't know. We'll discuss that at a later date and time. But the point is that women are incentivized to just blow up their relationships, right? Irreconcilable differences, no fault divorce. Even women who get married are never really all in on their relationships because they know the court system is going to back them when and if they decide to just leave the relationship. Well, guess what? If you're not legally married to a woman, if you are not married to a woman and you employ her, guess what? If she's going to leave you, it's going to be for a damn good reason. It's going to be for a damn good reason. Dev is free to leave anytime she wants. She's free to leave anytime she wants, but she's going to have to think long and hard. Okay. I might want to leave Donovan for Kevin in sales, but I'm going to have to go back to work. I'm going to have to work 9 to 5, right? I'm not going to live anywhere near the lifestyle I'm living now. I'm not going to be able to just get up and go travel anywhere, do anything we want. I got to pay my own bills. I got to go to the gym now, and God knows she ain't going to do that on her own because I'm taking everything. I'm taking all of it. I'm taking my gym, I'm taking my gym, my studio equipment, Philip, Clyde, my 2 gerbils, and my cat Dexter, and I'm out. That's it. So she has to think long and hard before she decides to squeeze the trigger and say, hey, Donovan, look, it's not working out. Okay, cool. Because I know if she comes to me and says, hey, look, I think it's time for us to break up, I know that there is a damn good reason. Because to give up the life that she lives, listen, man, he better be 6'4" with a 6-foot dick, 6-pack abs, and make 6 figures a month. That's what it's going to take. And guess what? If she meets a guy like that, hey, bon voyage, man. Hey, let the best man win. I ain't even mad at you. The point is, guys, is when your woman works for you, she now has skin in the game. She's not working for another man. This, again, is another reason why women are just so quick to blow up their relationships. They're working for another man. They answer to another man. And this is one thing that Kevin said last night that just blew my socks off. When he used to do singles ministry, advising singles and married couple and all that, he said, if your woman is courting another man in your home, that is not a good thing. That is not a good thing. Listen, I'm sure Devin has learned plenty of things from men in her life. She hasn't told me one of them in this house. She never said, my old boss said, my old this, that. Nuh-uh. No, sir. She knows, she knows it would be a very bad day for the both of us. Yep. She knows this. At the time, she respects me enough to be like, okay, he's the boss. I'm not going to talk about what he said or he said. No. She understands very clearly which side her bread is buttered on. So let's go ahead and get to the breakdown. And again, the overarching question that he asked these women were, are you looking for a new job? Are you looking for a man? Are you looking for a man who can put you to work? Are you looking for a man? Are you looking for a man who can actually give you purpose in life? Are you looking for a man that can take you out of your 9-to-5 job anytime he wants to and improve your life exponentially? Let's not waste any more time. Let's get it.
All right, we're going to get to somebody else.
And don't worry, we're coming back to her because she was trying to see herself and be seen on YouTube. Couldn't get her sound situation figured out, but we'll come back to her.
I'm going to ask Diane to unmute. Hello.
Hi.
How you doing? See, Anika, good. That's how it's done. That's how it's done, Anika. How you doing, Diane?
I'm well.
Good.
What's the first thing we notice about Diane? What's the first thing we notice about Diane? Anybody? What's the first thing we notice about Diane? She's a pretty good looking woman, right? She appears to be in pretty good shape. She's not fat. She's got a collarbone. She has big, beautiful eyes. Diane's attractive. Let's continue.
What are you?
26.
26.
Ooh, she sounds feminine. She sounds feminine, and she doesn't sound fake feminine either. Right? She doesn't sound like Isonica trying to sound feminine for Kareem. She really does sound feminine.
All right. Are you single or married?
Single.
All right. So, what do you got for me? Are you trying to get a job?
So Janix has fake hair. Janix has fake hair. Dev, put it on the poll, Dev. Put it on the poll. Does Diane have fake hair? Does Diane have fake hair? Put it on the poll. Put it on the poll. Does Diane have fake hair? Answer 1, yeah. Answer 2, nah.
I had one at a point in time, but I understand what you're saying in regards to, women should want to work for their man, but sometimes, depending on what your man does, it's just not an ideal position.
Wait, say what? Not an ideal position. Please continue.
Such as?
For instance, my ex at the time, he worked in real estate, and
He worked at real estate, okay.
I painted with him, whatever he needed me to do, I did it. But at the same time, it's like real estate, that was boring to me.
Real estate is boring to you. Mm-hmm. I see. Real estate is boring to you. Was it boring to not have to go to the office? I mean, isn't it worth the quote unquote boredom not to have to go into the office for a 9 to 5? Already you can see that this girl is probably used to what we like to call pretty privilege. Logically, Fallacious says she's not 26. I think she is. She sounds like she's 26. She doesn't appear to be any older than that.
It's what?
It was boring. It was demanding. It's a physically demanding job. So.
Oh, a physically demanding job. God forbid you do a job, by the way, for your man that you work for, that's a physically demanding job. Isn't that interesting? Physically demanding job means you don't have to spend as much time in the gym, right? Right? A body in motion stays in motion and all that, right?
So.
You said it was boring.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. I mean, painting rooms is not the most ideal thing to be doing
Who gives a
every
shit?
day.
Who gives a shit?
Uh-oh.
You're right.
See, when Kevin gets to cursing, dude, we're, what, minute and a half into this interview, and he's already cursing. Who gives a shit?
See, you just said that it's not possible.
See that?
Not for a child, it's not.
Oh!
But I'm assuming I'm talking to grown damn women.
Oops.
Hadouken! If you want to be entertained, go get an iPad and go in the other room with the kids.
Oh, shit.
I mean, I would have preferred to just stay solely at home. But
Of course you would.
Wait, I'm sorry. She said she would prefer to stay solely at home. And do what exactly?
Because you're lazy.
Oh, there it is. He called her the L word.
Are you fine enough to stay at home?
Whoops.
I
Uh-oh.
believe so, yes.
Is she fine enough to stay at home?
Nope.
Even if she was fine enough to stay at home, would a man of value let her just sit at home and do nothing?
Nope.
Really?
You guys don't think she's 26. You guys do not think she's 26. That's very interesting.
How tall are you?
Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Here we go. That's it. Here we go. Hold up. Let's listen to that again. Are you fine enough to stay at home? Listen, this girl is, don't get me wrong, man. This girl is cute. But she ain't hot. Like, sweetheart, listen, man, I dated, I don't know, exclusively and non-exclusively, 10 to 15 different bitches in Vegas who were more than hot enough to stay the fuck at home. You better believe it. And you want to know how I know? because they had people, rich men, 7, 8, 9 figures. Come live with me. I've got 3 homes all over the world. You'll want for nothing, private jets, Ferraris. You shop all day, get your little foo-foo dog, live the Kardashian lifestyle without actually having to do anything. What did they say? Nope. That's why, the point is this girl, while attractive enough, dude, the girls that I dated in Vegas blow her away. Like, they blow her the fuck away. You are not fine enough to stay at home. And you want to know something? I don't know what state she lives in, but bitches who are above average, who walk around like they're God's gift to the fucking world, God's gift to men, they live in an area where there is clearly not that much talent in the way of looks. Right? The only bitches in Vegas and Miami that walk around acting like 9s and 10s are 9s and 10s. You fuck around and go to McKees Rocks, PA, Bucks County, PA, pick a city, Nebraska, Wisconsin, Michigan. Oh my God, Michigan, which is the worst place anyone can live. You got 4s, 5s, and 6s walking around like they're fucking beauty pageant queens of the fucking universe. They walk around like their shit don't stink. This bitch went to Vegas. She would not have that smile. Her ass would probably leave.
Are you fine enough to stay at home?
Nope.
I believe so, yes.
I believe so, yes. Oh, with the batting of the eyes.
Really? How tall are you?
Uh-oh.
I'm 5'8".
5'8". Damn, that's a tall drink of water.
Dress size?
Size 4.
How much did you weigh last time you weighed yourself?
137.
Okay, that's accurate.
Where would you rank yourself?
Uh-oh.
Fresh face out of the shower, just your natural hair. 1 to 10, you can't use 7.
I would say I'm an adjustable 6.
This bitch gave herself an adjustable 6. She gave herself an adjustable 6. What does that tell you guys? She's being honest here. She knows she can't fool Kevin by telling Kevin that she's an 8, a 9, or a 10. She knows she's not an 8 or 9 or a 10. She just kept it all the way real. She kept it all the way real. She called herself an adjustable 6. And that is probably accurate. That's probably accurate. My girl Dev, she's an adjustable 6. Dude, fresh-faced, out of the shower, blah, 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 blah. Dev's an adjustable 6. When she puts on makeup, she's a 6.5. When she sucks my dick, she's a 7. If she acts like she likes it, she's a 7.5. The list goes on from there. Okay, Trey, $2 says she ain't no LA 9. Appreciate that. Look at her playing with her hair.
I would give you a 6. That's cute.
See?
I don't find many cute housewives who just somebody just takes care of them.
Nope. You want to know something? The hottest girl I was ever in a relationship with, her name was Chrissy. Hottest girl I was ever in a relationship with. Dude, fake D-cup tits. I actually met her 3 weeks. 3 weeks after post-op. She tricked her fiancé into paying for a boob job. As soon as the anesthesia wore off, she dumped him. 3 weeks later, I find her. The rest is history. Hottest dude. She is the hottest girl I have ever been in a relationship with. Huge boobs. Dude, perfect body. The line in the side. Navel piercing. Dude, perfect legs. Long, thick, dark hair. She's a Mexican girl. I would not let that bitch sit at home. If I were in a relationship with her right now, do you know what I would do with Chrissy? Do you know what I would do with her? I'd plaster her ass all over my brand. I wouldn't have to hire Michaela or Caitlin or Tessa or Alina. Hell no. Womanese 101 starring Chrissy. Boom. There you go. Dude, I sure as hell would pimp her out and build my fucking brand. You kidding me? Nah, bitch, you ain't finna stay home You ain't finna just stay home and do nothing.
Why should anybody take care of your 26-year-old self? You got any kids?
No.
So why do you need to sit at home?
Because why not?
Because why not? Wow. Because why not? Yeah, y'all. This is pretty privilege at its best.
Yep.
This is pretty privilege at its best. Why do you want to just sit at home and do nothing? Her answer, because why not? You see, this is a girl who's clearly been given preferential treatment for the way she looks her entire life. You can tell. She's completely confident and secure in her decision about wanting to stay at home and just be a trophy wife, a wannabe trophy wife, because why not? So what kind of man are you looking for at this point? You looking for a man to just finance your life without bringing any valuable? Come on. Adrian Tapia says laziness is unacceptable.
Yep.
Yeah, man, I can't deal with a lazy bitch. I cannot deal with a lazy bitch.
Why not?
Yeah, I want to deal with women.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I wouldn't.
No. See, and I'm going to use this as a teaching lesson.
Oh shit! He's going to use this as a teach. Oh boy, here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Did you go to college?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Did you graduate?
Yes.
What's your degree in?
Health science.
Health science?
Health science. Health science. Like what is that? What the hell is that? What can you do with health science?
Did you take out loans?
Yes.
So
Uh-oh. Took out loans. There we go. There's strike two. So not only is she looking for a man to just basically finance her lifestyle, she got loans to pay back. I mean, does she even have a job right now? And for those of you who are not watching the dating show breakdowns, holy moly. You know what we found out yesterday on Love is Blind? We found out that Barnett sold his house and used the money he got from the house to pay off Amber's student loans. Where do they live? They share Amber's old apartment with her roommate. Barnett's quality of life has been substantially compromised. You know what Amber and Diane have in common? They're both fucking lazy. Amber's not trying to do no work. She's not trying to do no work. Amber is pretty. She's lazy. Ain't trying to get a job. Had debt. Now her and her husband Barnett are living with her roommate in her old rundown apartment. That's what's going to happen with this chick. Any dude who gets with her who doesn't have a net worth of 7 figures or more, it's a wrap.
Took out loans. How much college? I mean, did you take out loans for all 4 years?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when you were in college, you didn't go to college and take out loans to go sit at home.
Look at her. See? She just doesn't get it. She just does not get it. This is funny. You can tell this is the first time she has ever even considered this. Look, check this out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So when you were in college, you didn't go to college and take out loans to go sit at home.
There you go. See that?
Being African, you come to the United States.
Whoa. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Talk about being African. I think this girl said she's Nigerian or some shit like that. Listen, your nationality don't mean a damn thing in America if you were raised in America. This chick does not, listen, just because you're Nigerian does not mean you have Nigerian values, baby girl. Dude, honestly, I cannot stand Americanized bitches talking about, yeah, I'm Venezuelan. Sweetheart, you sound like you're from Southern California. Your nationality is Venezuelan, but you act like you're a valley girl from California. Yeah, I'm from Honduras, or I'm Honduran. Okay, Hondurans don't like pumpkin spice latte, at least not that I know of. I mean, listen, if we have any Hondurans in the audience, correct me if I'm wrong. Right? This bitch is 1,000% Americanized, but she wants to say, well, I'm African. No, there is nothing African about you except for your skin and your nationality. Like, miss me with that. Miss me with that nonsense. See how she's trying to get all culture? Well, I'm African, so no, that ain't got shit to do with shit. Bitch, this bitch is lazy. Lazy as fuck. Real talk, man.
You didn't, no. You didn't take out loans to go sit at home. You have no children. You went to school for health science.
It was more so a backup plan.
Who gives a shit?
Excuse me?
It was a backup plan.
A backup plan? Who the fuck goes to college for... Whoa. Who the fuck goes to college as a backup plan?
You sound like a side chick.
Oh!
Going to college?
Oh, my God. God damn. Woo! Oh, my God. That was ugly. Let's run that back. Damn. Like, he hit her with that shit out of nowhere. Holy moly.
To school for health science.
It was more so a backup plan.
Excuse me?
It was a backup plan.
You sound like a side chick.
Going to college.
God damn. Oh, my God. Woo! Wow. Kiki Anomaly says she doesn't know shit about Africa. She went in the last 5 minutes.
Nope.
College?
No, you sound like a side chick.
This bitch is so stupid. You want to know something? I don't think this chick is too bright.
What's coming out of your mouth sounds like a side chick.
Damn.
Not a woman to build with. Well, because you went to school.
Mm-hmm.
Went into.
Listen, I'm going to boil this down. The reason why she sounds like a side chick is because she's not going to offer a man of value any value except for the peace leave. That's a side chick. That is the very definition of a side piece. Ain't nobody trying to wife this bitch up. Ain't nobody trying to sponsor this hoe. Cigar Man 85. Jason Moreno says privilege level.
It's over 9,000.
Like real talk. Real talk, like dude. It's game over for this hoe, man. I can't believe this, man. This bitch actually thinks she's gonna sit home. She's gonna sit home all day, every day. Let her husband or whoever go out and work, and she just sits home and gets fat. Fuck that.
Nope.
Debt. And then you don't even want to work when you're young with no kids. You want to sit at home. So if, as a man out here who's looking to have a woman of value, I would get a woman who's going to go to school, who wants to at least work with me to help us build our family. You may have you on the side for fun.
Oh, shit.
But you're not a woman. Or women who think like you aren't women to build with.
Damn.
Well, going to college wasn't on my doing. It was really a push from my parents. So.
Oh, it was my parent. Oh, it's my parents who made me. Oh, yeah. Is that what we're going with?
I don't want to hear that. You're a grown woman. Your parent cannot make you do something you don't choose to do.
Nope.
Sure can't.
Okay.
Again.
Look at her blink. She's like, okay, no, bitch. Like, they can't make you do shit. Boo. Like, what's wrong with this broad?
I'm assuming I'm talking to adults.
Kevin, I got news for you. You're not talking to an adult.
Nope.
You're talking to a child.
Yep.
With pretty privilege.
Yep.
And student debt.
Now, I'm going to ask you a question.
Uh-oh.
Serious question.
Oh, boy. Here we
30
go.
years from now, if you had a son and he ran into a woman like you tell him, yeah, let her just sit at home and do nothing.
If he ran into a woman like me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Your son that you had to birth, raise to become a solid citizen, productive man, and he ran into a 26-year-old woman who didn't want to work. She just wanted to sit at home and be taken care of. She was healthy and she was healthy and get out there and do everything that anybody else needs to do, but she just wanted to sit there and take advantage of your son's money.
Uh-oh.
You tell him to do what?
Well, when you word it like that, it sounds
You tell
horrible.
him, no, that's exactly what it is.
When you word it like that, the fuck is she talking about? That's exactly what she said. He's not twisting words.
Yes.
She belongs to the streets.
You tell him what? What would you tell you? What would you tell your blood?
So it's a little different for me because.
What would you tell your blood?
Unbelievable.
What would I tell my blood? I would tell him if he's financially able to afford that, then he should absolutely do it.
Why?
The cap.
Look at the entitlement. Look at the entitlement in her body language. Look at this. Just watch. Just watch. You know what I'm going to do? I'll run this back, but I'm going to turn the sound all the way down. I'm going to turn the sound all the way down. Look at her body language. Look at her face when she is telling Kevin, well, if he can afford it, I would tell him to do it. Watch. Watch. What would I tell my blood, she says? Look. Yeah, all of a sudden, it ain't fun and fucking games anymore, is it? Look at that. Look at that. Look. Oh. Now all of a sudden, we're not. Look. Watch this. Look. It's all fun and fucking games and hee, ha, ha, ha. Blah, blah, blah. It's all fun and games. This is a joke. Blah, 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 blah. Ha, 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 ha.
So it's a little different for me because...
What would you tell your blood?
What would I tell my blood?
Watch.
I would tell him if he's financially able to afford that, then he should absolutely do it.
Stop the cap.
Fuck out of here with that, man. Dude, 647% of these bitches out here, they be capping on the air. Kevin always... Dude, this is a no-win question. Would you advise your son to get with a woman like you? What would you say to your son if he came home with a woman like you? Actually, I take that back. Most women, that's where they're like, okay, you got me. Like, I would not be happy. This bitch, well, yeah. Bitches like this are just not self-aware. They're just not. They're not self-aware, man. She thinks she's so pretty and so privileged and so cute and da-da-da-da-da-da. Can you, dude, I bet, dude, I can promise you, this is the type of bitch that throws a fit when she doesn't get her way. That's who I think she is. I think she's the type of bitch who throws a fit when she doesn't get her way. I'm going to go with that.
Why?
If he finds a woman who he feels like is an asset to him or a compliment to him.
What asset is...
And what... you're sitting at home getting fat, boo. Like, what asset are you bringing to the table other than that ass? Like, real talk. Like, what asset are you bringing? Like, you think you're an asset? How?
She belongs to the streets.
The fuck is this?
A woman sitting on her ass doing nothing.
How is it sitting on her ass when she's cultivating the home? I didn't say I was at home.
No, ma'am. You have no children, and there's nothing
at home. You ain't got, like, right. Bitch, you ain't got no kids. The fuck you gonna be doing around the house?
You have no children. There's nothing for you to do at home.
At the time, no.
So how are you an asset sitting on your ass at home when there's nothing for you to do?
You're right, Kevin. I should have went to paint the houses, but it's just like, bro, it's...
No, you should have done... No. Bro?
Are
you say bro?
Like...
Really, nigga?
Did you say bro?
Yes,
oh
I'm
my
sorry.
God.
Did you say bro?
Yo, this bitch... See? Listen, y'all. I'm telling you, man. This just goes to show. This just goes to show. This bitch is an adjustable 6. This bitch is an adjustable fucking 6. By her own admission, she's an adjustable 6. But she still feels like I feel like a man should take care of me and just let me sit at home and get fat. And oh, by the way, stay-at-home moms stay busy. Stay-at-home wives stay cheating. Right? You don't think this bitch is going to be fucking niggas on the side, having niggas come to the house, bottom her ass out before Marcus gets home? You don't think this bitch is going to have a side nigga? Tyrone, Jamal, D'Anthony, LaQuandre? Like, fuck out of here with that. No, fuck that. I am not about to take no lazy ass adjustable 6, sponsor your life, give you a good life, only for you to sit at home and fuck niggas while I'm out here trying to make a life for us.
Nope.
I don't think so. Fuck that. This bitch is an adjustable 6, y'all. And she's this entitled. Can you imagine how entitled 8s, 9s, and 10s are? Oh, I can. I have dealt. Oh my God. Holy moly. Dude, I'm going to tell you what, right? I'm going to tell y'all right now, man. Everybody thinks they want to date a hot girl until you actually date a hot girl. Yo, they are fucking insufferable. They complain all the goddamn time. All the time. My coffee's cold. My soup is hot. Why aren't they letting us in? Why didn't they open the store for me even though we showed up 30 minutes after they closed? Why can't we just cut in line? Like, this is how these bitches are, man. They're entitled as fuck. Entitled as fuck. Y'all, listen, that shit gets old. It gets real fucking old. This is why we tell guys, if you're considering a woman for a long-term relationship, you need to be in the 6-7 range. 8s, 9s, and 10s belong to the game. I said that, dude, I said that 5 years ago in episode 37. 9s and 10s belong to the game.
She belongs to the streets.
You will never, ever make her happy. 8s, 9s, and 10s have been on every yacht and every Lamborghini, been to every country. She's worn Christian Louboutins. She's got Birkin bags. She's got all that shit. Ain't nothing you can provide an 8, a 9, or a 10 that she ain't never had before. It ain't no big fucking deal. This is the type of bitch who is quote unquote not impressed. This is the type of bitch who's just not impressed. Nothing impresses this bitch because she's entitled.
Fucking dependent woman.
Having that responsibility and like, I don't know. That's just not how I envision my life. Like I envision myself like if I was to help my husband with a business,
are you serious?
It would be not something so physically demanding on me.
My God.
Like, you know, like it could be anything.
Where are your people from?
I'm Nigerian.
Why don't you run back over there and talk that shit?
Nope. Look at her. Look. Look.
You're not understanding
Oh no, he understands perfectly well, bitch.
me. I don't believe.
Oh, I'm understanding when I'm talking to a lazy, entitled young lady.
Woo!
Why don't you go back to Nigeria or go back to the motherland and go back to 2 generations before you and talk this? I didn't envision having to do this. You're lazy. See, 2 things I don't deal with is lazy and cowardice.
Uh-oh.
In anybody.
But how was it lazy? That was what I seen was done with my mother. So I don't understand like how.
Oh, got it. So my mom did it. So I should be able to do it.
Stop the cap.
Yeah, that's bullshit. I don't buy that for a second. Her people come from Nigeria? Nah, negative. I don't buy that.
Gentlemen, when you run into a woman who thinks like this, there's no negotiating.
Nope.
Don't even have sex with her. Just cancel her.
Oh my goodness.
Just cancel it. Outright. There's nothing to be said.
Nope.
They're used to getting there, throwing little petty ass little girl temper tantrums.
There it is.
And trying to get their way. Leave them.
Yep. We ran a poll a little earlier. Does Diana, does she have fake hair? 13% said nah. 87% said
Yep.
I think they're extensions. Thank you guys very much for voting. I appreciate that very, very much. Todd Mott, $5 says, get the lights up, y'all. Appreciate that. Red Pill Mike with the $100 super chat says the women who call into Kevin Samuel's show are textbook examples of the ramifications manifested by unrealistic mate-selecting strategies brought about by a preconceived and false self-evaluation of their market value, which ultimately renders them unhappy and sexually undesirable. Okay, so we can just end the show right there. RPM has the very unique ability to say in 17 words what it takes me 3 hours to say. Good to have you back, RPM. Space Opera, $5 says she's capping. We Africans don't think or believe that. Can't pull the cultural excuse in this one.
Nope.
Totally agree. RPM says, shout out to Don and Dev for being the hardest working couple, the hardest working people in the RP community. Appreciate that, man. Thank you very much. Yeah, we absolutely, we take it to the limit every day, man. What the Smurf? Welcome to Chat Privileges. Thank you very, very much for the support. At What the Smurf, to welcome him, I assume, to the TSR family. If you would, What the Smurf, put your age and your location in the chat. so that if someone in the chat lives near you, maybe you guys can link up, make friends with like-minded people. And away we go.
You ain't fine enough to act that way.
Oh, hell no.
I'm gonna be honest. No. You ain't nowhere close to being fine enough to act that way. I mean, the nerve. She talk like she's a straight up LA 9.
Real talk.
I should just be able to sit at home. Brother, whoever you are, you dodged a major bullet.
Cigar Man, $5, says send her to Nigeria. Usman will fix her.
Yep.
She don't want none of Usman. She doesn't want any of Usman, bruh. She don't want them problems. She does not want those Nigerian problems, man. Yo, those Nigerians, man, they'll have her ass in a fucking factory. They don't play that lazy shit over there, man. Hell, even I know that.
Let's see if we can get Anika back on here.
Here comes Anika. Here we go.
Hello?
Hello.
There we go.
Now we're on.
Oh, boy.
I'm good. How are you?
Uh-oh.
Much better after all that. How old are you?
Sorry.
How old are you?
I'm 40. 40?
40?
Yeah.
Cool. Are you single or are you married?
I'm single.
Any kids?
I have one. A daughter.
Oh! Wow. She's 40. She's single. And she has a kid. 40, single, has a kid.
Okay. A daughter? All right. Are you looking for a new job?
No, I have a job. I kind of relate to what you're saying because...
She's like, no, I have a job. That's the goddamn problem.
You know, I am stressed out and...
No. You're a 40-year-old single mother and you're stressed out? Who knew?
I am alone.
What?
No. I can't imagine why.
What do you do for a living?
I'm in law.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. She's 40 years old. She's single. She has a kid who is a daughter. And she is in law. What are we, 13 seconds into this interview and she's already out? God damn. God damn. Oh boy. All right. Well, let's see if he can rescue this.
Uh-oh.
Ah! Kevin said, uh-oh. Yo.
Yeah, was the first thing.
Yo, listen to this. Kevin said, uh-oh.
What do you do for a living?
Watch.
I'm in law.
Uh-oh.
My man said, uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I was the first thing.
Did you go to law school?
Yeah. Yeah, so, you need my profession first and what men avoid.
Yeah. I did that for a reason. Because that's the top profession high value men avoid. That's exactly right. Exactly right.
I don't think that is necessarily the case.
Wait, what? You don't think that's necessarily the case? The fuck is you talking about?
Really, nigga?
No, I mean, I understand.
How many high value men have you ever had? I mean, I'm sorry, I didn't just pull this out of my ass. I've been doing this for years.
I believe you.
Gentlemen, ladies, the top 2 professions that men want to avoid with a passion: law, psychology, or psychiatry.
There it is.
2, no man wants to sit around and be analyzed, and no man wants to deal with a woman to where they end up breaking up with them, and she knows how to use the law.
Nope.
Hell no.
Right.
So you ladies can think whatever you want. I'm telling you what it is. So let's get back to.
Oh boy!
And by the way, you never said, how old is your daughter?
She's 11.
Well, were you?
So she's 40. She had her kid at 29.
You and her father together a long time?
We were together before we got married. It's interesting because we were together. And
You were together before you got married?
No, well, I'm saying we had a relationship for like 5 years. 5 years? And then we got married. And then I got pregnant, like right after we got married. And then the relationship broke down. The
relationship broke down, you say?
Having a child, like, didn't.
Okay, hold on. You were together 5 years. You got.
Look at the look on her face. Watch this.
Right after we got married.
Look at the look on her face. Watch this.
The relationship broke down. The having a child, like, didn't.
Okay, hold on. You were together.
You see that look on her face? You see that look on her face? You want to know why she's smiling? Because she knows, having watched the show before, she knows that Kevin is not just going to let her get away with just making statements without probing for a little more information. She knows that. She's like, damn, look at her face. She's like, fuck. This dude's about to ask me some questions that's going to force me to tell the truth.
The other 5 years, you got married, you got pregnant, and then who ended the relationship?
I would like to say he did because.
Stop the cap.
I would like to say he did. That's not what he asked you.
Who filed for divorce?
He behaved. I did.
Well, there we go. Who filed for divorce? Who ended the relationship? Well, I would like to think that I'd like to say he did.
Stop the cap.
He asked her who filed for divorce. I did. All you have to do is ask women the right questions, man. They're going to reveal the truth. They're going to, these women are going to reveal the truth one way or another. Women are good liars. There is no doubt about it. There is no doubt about the fact that women are very, very good liars. But if you know how to ask the right questions and you understand womanese and how to read between the lines, you know when somebody's capping.
Stop the cap.
Okay, then you ended the relationship.
Yeah.
All right. The relationship didn't break down. You divorced your husband.
It broke down. He
You
put his
divorced
hands
your
on
husband.
me.
You divorced your husband.
Wait, what did she just
Yeah.
say?
Relationship.
Yeah.
All right. The relationship didn't break down. You divorced your husband.
It broke down. He
You
put his hands
divorced your
on me.
husband. You
She said he put his hands on me. I don't think Kevin heard.
divorced your husband.
Yes.
You can say whatever it is. I'm just looking at the facts. You filed for divorce. You divorced your husband.
Correct.
So I categorize women like you for whatever reason as home wreckers.
Oh!
You had a home that you wrecked it. You were married.
Look at her.
You got pregnant, had
Look
a
at her.
kid, then wrecked your home.
No, because he put his hands on me. So he wrecked our home.
Okay? He put his
Here we go. Here we go. He put his hands on me. He put his hands on me, so he wrecked that home. I can't remember what the name of the article I wrote in Return of Kings that deals with women or young women who actually say this. If a woman tells you that she was ever E-pard, that's it. Stay away from her. Don't fuck her. Don't date her. Don't do anything. Well, what if she's telling the truth, Donovan? Then she is fucked up psychologically. And as sad as that is for her to have gone through that, her psychological pain as being caused by that E-par, that is not your problem. And if you commit to a woman who really was like genuinely E-par'd or D-par, as in she said, no, stop, he forced himself on her, like genuine E-par, she's radioactive, y'all. She's radioactive. Girls who have genuinely been D-par, spelled backwards, they are psychologically wrecked. They're ruined for life. They are ruined for life. And you can tell. You can tell women who have potentially been D-par. Now, listen, all women love rough sex. Listen, I mean, nobody's refuting that. We've known that forever. But when girls like rough Devisuba sex, Devisuba spelled backwards, that's when you start to think, okay, this girl, she might have had some shit that happened in her past. I used to fuck this one bitch. I fucked her for on and off for like 4 months. Her name was Juliet. She loved Devisuba bedroom fun. Loved it. She loved it. She used to tell me to leave bite marks on her. She used to tell me to draw blood. Like, dude, this chick, oh my God. Like, she liked me to pull her hair so hard. She liked to be looking at the ceiling. Dude, she'd be looking at the ceiling. She'd say, spit in my mouth. Puh! Like, dude, this girl was the... And honestly, it got so Devisuba that I had to start getting her on. I had to start getting her on audio, like real talk. And I said, listen, we got to do this at my house. And I'd get her right there on. Dude, I'd have one phone recording the audio and one phone recording the video. Why did you have two phones, Donovan? One was the bro phone, one was the hoe phone. The hoe phone was the phone that I left at home. I turned off. I don't have time for all of that, right? And I'd be like, okay, I don't want to give her last name because her Juliet is a very distinctive name. But I used to get her to say, I, Juliet, and last name hereby consent to, and she used to go right down the list. I'm not being held against my will. I am willfully and dude, I talked to my lawyer, Paul Powell, about this. I said, Paul, like, you've got me out of some pretty sticky spots here, but I need to know what this chick needs to say on the phone. I'm not under duress, all that stuff. Yes, I had to do that every single time. And then afterwards, I would do the same thing. Listen, whatever, she'd go right down the list. Like, I had to do this because this girl she was psychologically damaged. And guess what? She never told me that she was ever EPAR'd, which told me that she probably was. Because when girls are genuinely DPAR spelled backwards, they don't like to talk about it. Well, it's the same thing as a woman telling you that she came out of an Devisuba relationship spelled backwards. Every fucking bitch out here, I was in an Devisuba relationship. Do not commit to these women. If the word EPAR spelled backwards comes out of her mouth, if the words Devisuba, Isuba comes out of her mouth, just like Dre Raven says, black flag, do not pass go, do not collect $200. Fuck that. Because if what she says is true, guess what? In order to keep her in line, the woman who just came out of an Devisuba relationship, in order to keep her in line, guess what? You have to Duracell her. And if you have to Duracell her to keep her in line, that woman is not good for your life. Real talk. So for this woman to sit here and say, well, he put hands on me just so flippantly, I guess we're about to find out. The point is, listen, whether it's true or not, if a girl tells you she was DPAR spelled backwards or desubive in the past, get the fuck out. Get out of there.
Hands, okay, now I'm going to say something.
See, Kevin is already pissed off because he knows there's more to the story. Look at this bitch looking at the camera like, yep, that was my trump card. Look at her. She's looking at Kevin like she just laid down the big joker. Well, he put hands on me. Psh, I'm absolved. Psh, look at her face. She's looking at him like, hey, look, I told you I didn't wreck this home. She really thought that she had checkmated the great and powerful Kevin Samuels. She really thought he had this nigga checkmated. She really did. You want to know why? Because girls are not used to being taken to task or asked questions 3 levels deep about what actually happened. Which is what's about to happen right now.
And you were just a shrinking violet in this situation.
No, I'm not a shrinking violet.
Okay.
See, now what he means by shrinking violet, what he means when he says that, oh, so you were the absolute perfect wife. You're in the kitchen making pancakes. Your husband comes in from cutting the grass and all of a sudden he just starts whooping your ass. Is that it? And guess what? She just admitted it right there. Listen, I was not the shrinking violet. No, I was not. Oh, okay. Well, guess what? Now he's about to get the truth out of her.
Right. So when you say he put his hands on you, you were sitting on the couch or at the dinner table or whatever. He just came in the door and started whooping your ass.
There you go.
No.
See
was
that?
this in the middle of an argument?
He was, yes.
Oh, in the middle of an argument. Now, why, pray tell, would a man Duracell a woman in the middle of an argument? Anybody? Yes, you back in the back. No, not quite. Not quite. He can go out and get something to eat if she doesn't want to cook him dinner. You right here in the front row. No. He can go out and get sex anytime he wants. He might even have to hire a professional. That's not the reason a man would Duracell a woman. Let's watch the video.
And do you know that man for how many years?
I knew him for about 6 at that point.
And he had been violent before?
Nope.
He had been like subtly violent when I was
Had
pregnant.
he been violent before? Yes. No. Meaning had he put his hands on you?
Yes.
Before you got married?
Yes. Oh, before we got married? No.
Oh.
Okay.
No.
See, a lot of
See, this is funny. She has no idea that Kevin is about to checkmate her ass. No idea. She has no idea.
stuff that I don't like weaponized victimhood.
Wow.
And oftentimes when women come in here, you talk about abuse and violence and stuff like this. But were you verbally violent or emotionally abusive with your husband?
Uh-oh.
I respect that because I was.
Were you? That's a yes or no.
I didn't realize you said were you. I thought you said when you.
I assumed you are, but I'm asking.
Yeah, I was.
And there it is. There it is. There it is, guys. She mouthed off and got chin checked. She mouthed off and she got chin checked. That's what happened. That's what happened. This is what happens when women think that they can talk to men any old kind of way. Any old kind of way. Especially, this is a black woman and an attorney. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine what happened. I cannot even imagine what happened. Devin on the Sharpe stream side says, watching water polo is exhausting. Side note, interestingly enough, she's still watching it, likely because the guys in it are hot.
Stop the cap.
Stop the cap, Devin. Stop the cap. How would she know watching water polo is exhausting? You want to know what else is exhausting? Watching women's beach volleyball, but guess what? I watch anyway. At any rate, here's what normally happens in these Devisuba, quote unquote, spelled backwards relationships. They get to fighting, they get to arguing. He says something, she says something. Blah, 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 blah. She gets out of pocket. He says, all right, I'm gonna get out of the way. I'm gonna leave. And you wanna know what you wanna know what women like this like to do? They like to follow this nigga. They know that if he puts hands on her, he's going right to jail for 72 hours. You see this on Fresh and Fit all the time. Anytime Myron kicks off anytime the only women that actually try to get Myron to put hands on them are the black women. It's always the black woman. It's always black women. Every time. They try so hard to get in his face and make him snap and put hands on her. And Myron never does it.
Nope.
Because him and his team have an airtight protocol. But in the real world, when men, particularly black men, try to leave the situation because they see it escalating, the woman follows him. She'll follow him. She'll block the door. Where are you going? Next thing you know. Oh my God, 911. He Devisuba me. He Duracelled me. They don't never ask any questions. They never ask any questions. They go get that nigga. That's what happened. She got disrespectful, and this happened.
So let me ask you. So you said the marriage broke down because he put his hands on you. You put your mouth on him.
Oops.
Good. Yeah.
Where does that rank? Is it worse for a man to put his hands on a woman or for a woman to put her tongue on him?
Listen, watch
I'm
this.
asking you seriously.
This is funny. She knows the answer to this question. She knows.
I mean, honestly, it's bad either way. That was
I said which is
11
worse.
years ago.
I said which is worse.
Which is worse?
Yes.
And
You can look at her face and tell that she knows which is worse. She knows which is worse.
in different circumstances.
No, it's not.
Bitch, this ain't a court of law, ho. Like, this ain't the court of law. This is the court of Kevin fucking Samuels, man. Like, all that slick talking legalese bullshit. Nah, man. No. You don't just get to waltz. You don't just get to waltz. Dude, the court of law has a lower burden of proof than the court of Kevin Samuels. You see, the court of Kevin Samuels actually requires you to substantiate your claims. You say he chin checked you? Well, why did he? Huh? Why'd he do that?
Which is
Bad.
worse? Which is worse? Physical
say
or psychological?
Hands.
Ma'am.
Well,
See this?
Ma'am.
See this?
No.
You see how she's trying to get around it? You see this? You see this? I don't know why.
Ma'am.
I don't know.
Of course
Really?
he knows.
Really?
Stop the cap.
Really?
Probably psychological. I don't
Thank
know.
you.
Oh, there it is. Got her. That's it. Probably I don't know. Look, she couldn't even say it all the way. Dev is watching women's water polo. So why is Dev watching women's water polo? Dev, are you a... Let me quit. Are you a Tim Raines? Dev, are you a Roberto Alomar?
Ma'am.
Well,
Ma'am.
No.
Watch. This is funny. She tells the truth. She tells the truth. She couldn't even tell the whole truth. Watch. She stops midstream. Watch.
Ma'am.
I don't know.
Really? Really? Really?
Watch.
Probably psychological. I don't
Thank
know.
you.
There is
Thank
probably-
you. There are things that you can remember somebody said to you when you were...
See? It's probably psychological. I don't know. No, bitch, you know?
Yep.
Dude, it is so funny. Women will say and deny anything to avoid accountability. Kevin, listen, I'm not sitting here saying that domestic Duracell or Isuba or Evisuba spelled backwards relationships are good. Listen, man, are there dudes out there who chin check women for no reason because they're just Evisuba? Yeah. Yes, they exist. But they are few and far between because of the laws, as it should be. A man should never, ever, ever, ever put his hands on a woman, unless, of course, he's grabbing her ass with consent, disclaimer, with consent, or grabbing her ample bosom with her consent. But all jokes aside, man, this chick wants us to believe that this was a one-sided affair. This chick wants us to believe that her husband came home for no reason. He chin-checked her for no other reason but that's just what he wanted to do. And I got news for you, man. Dudes don't just... Oh, there we go. Dudes don't do this stuff for just no reason. Right? Like Rihanna wasn't mopping the floor with her apron on doing her best June Cleaver impersonation when Chris Brown did what he did. When he chin-checked her. Right? Like, dude, these bitches would have us believe that they were just like he said. I'm just doing I was the perfect, no, negative.
Nope.
Stop the cap.
There's always more to the story, guys.
Child, when you can't remember the pain. See, this is why I say that I don't just believe all women.
Uh-oh.
Because I don't know men who just start whooping women's butts for no reason.
Neither do I.
You guys go into situations where you get back with a man and you just don't know when to stop. You want to keep provoking and talking and this and that, and all of a sudden let her tell. How many times is it you think you've told this story where you said he ended it because he put his hands on you, and people just listen to that?
That's right. Every single time, Kevin. Every single time. Every single time. And Kevin was not here for that.
Nope.
He was not here for the bullshit. Dude, this is the first time she's ever been checked on this.
No.
Well, why didn't you say her tell? How many times is it you think
This bitch is capping? Listen to this.
you've told this story where you said he ended it because he put his hands on you, and people just listen to that?
No.
Stop the cap.
Fuck out of here. Then why not? Why not just lead with that? Why not lead with that? She said, okay. He said, who ended the relationship? I would like to think that he did. Kevin said, hey, who filed for divorce? Well, I did, but it's because he put his hand. No, she didn't say that. She didn't say that. She would have just led with it. Listen, I was in an Devisuba relationship. No, she didn't say that.
Why didn't you say the marriage broke down because I was verbally violent and emotionally abusive? Why didn't you say that?
Because you were saying that I was a homewrecker. I probably wouldn't have mentioned it if you didn't ask me.
Get
Stop the cap.
Oh, dude. Real talk. Really? I probably wouldn't have mentioned it. Bitch, please.
In a negative light.
You cast him in a negative light. You said the marriage broke down. It didn't break down. You filed for divorce.
Unbelievable. Because you cast it in a negative light. No, sweetheart. That was you.
Yep.
That wasn't Kevin.
Nope.
Really, nigga?
You filed for divorce, and you said, well, I did that because he put his hands on me. And I said, okay, that means you had no part to play in this. I'm asking you, why instead of saying he put his hands on you, why didn't you come in and say the marriage broke down because I was verbally violent and emotionally abusive?
Well, I'll tell you why, Mr. Samuels, because women are allergic to accountability. You see, Kevin, I don't know if you know this, but women, particularly in this country, they can do whatever they want with no consequences. They put hands on men with impunity. They'll smack men's asses with impunity. They'll touch them. Like, dude, the girl on the Fresh and Fit was touching Myron Gaines, albeit for the right reason. But just like you said, let a man do that to her, and oh my God. That's why.
Both things happened. True or false, counselor?
Uh-oh.
True.
Oh, shit.
Then why didn't you come in and saying what you did first, counselor?
Because
I'm allergic to accountability. That's why. Because I'm a woman. And when I talk about a situation that went awry, I never, and I mean never, tell you the side of the story where I fucked up. Guys, dude, I'm trying to tell you, women never, ever, ever tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. They never do. They always leave out the bits that makes them look bad.
I feel as though, considering all the facts involved,
here we go.
I don't feel as though I deserve to be treated the way I was treated. My child was like months old.
Your child or your child or his child? Right.
She said, "My child." See that?
Right.
See?
So if you were, so you were verbally violent and emotionally abusive. He deserved to be treated that way.
Nope.
No, neither of us.
Right.
Oh, now here she goes. Neither of us did. Oh, yeah. All right. Okay. Yep. Neither of us did. Do you see how she tried to put all the blame? She tried to put all the blame on him, right? She tried to put all the blame on him, and then when she got caught, then she wants to say, well, neither of us deserve to be treated that way. You think? Guys, this is how women are, man. We talk about this stuff all the time. All the time, man. Women will never, ever, ever, and I mean never, they will never own up to their part in the demise of their relationship. My girlfriend included. In the beginning of it, dude, when we first started talking, she tried that same shit that every other bitch tries. right? Well, yes, I was married and we were divorced, but he was X, Y, and this and that. I said, Dev, check this out. I told her just like this. I said, check this out. I said, you can miss me with that nonsense. I told her, I said, just like this, listen, was he a Boy Scout? Probably not. But you weren't a Girl Scout either. You weren't a Girl Scout either. So I don't want to hear he was this and that and the third. I don't want to hear none of that. Because you know you had every bit to do with the failure of your marriage as he did. I took accountability too. I said, listen, guess what? I'm not going to sit here and talk shit about Darcy. Listen, Darcy was a bad wife. I was a bad husband. It is what the fuck it is. And so now Dev just admits to herself, yeah, you know what? All right, cool. He was a bad husband. I was a bad wife. That's all it takes is just some accountability. Because you want to know why? Because you cannot train a woman, you cannot train a female to be in a long-term relationship with you if she can't take accountability. I have never, ever, and I mean never heard a woman say to me, my relationship ended because of something I did. Ever. It is always his fault. He was Devisuba. He was a drug addict. He drank all the time. Blah, 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 blah. Every time you talk to a woman about why she's single or why she's divorced or why why the relationship didn't work out, they always, and I mean always, paint their ex in a negative light. He was this, he was that. They paint him as the worst human being in the history of time. Oh, really? Well, why'd you stay with his ass for 5 years then? Why'd you stay with his ass for 5 years? Oh, yeah, that's right. Because you were as complicit in the demise of your relationship as he was. That's why. Fucking bitches.
Right. But see, in this country, and the way we do stuff, is women can always do what you just did. Weaponize victimhood and make it to where the man hit me, and that's supposed to override everything else.
Yep.
When we know that's not even the case.
Nope.
How tall are you?
Oops. Uh-oh. Oh, shit. Here we go. Damn. Kevin hit her with the how tall are you? Here we go.
5'8".
Dress size?
I'm sorry?
Dress size?
Bitch, you know what question comes after the how tall are you. Don't act like you don't know. He said, how tall are you? 5'8"? Dress size? Wait, what was that? We all know dress size. Listen, we all know that the dress size is the second question. Like, stop the cap on that. Like, real talk. Just come with it. Just come with it.
8, 10.
How tall was your ex-husband?
Sorry?
How tall was your ex-husband?
He was 6 foot.
Mm-hmm. How much did he weigh?
Like 200, maybe 195.
Oh,
how much do you weigh?
Oh, whoa. She said like 200, maybe 195. Translation. He was 5'10", weighed 175. You saw what she just did there? You saw what she just did? She tried to make her husband sound like this gargantuan beast of a man. 6 foot. Had to be right there at 6 feet. Exactly 6 feet. 200 pounds. Oh, and isn't that interesting? So your husband has the body stats of a heavyweight boxer. That's right. Her ex-husband has the body stats of a heavyweight fighter. A heavyweight boxer. A heavyweight fighter. She did that on purpose. Well, he was 6 foot and 200 pounds? No, he wasn't. That nigga was 5'10", 170. Max. Fuck out of here with that.
I'm like 158.
Yeah, that's 165. 165.
5'8", dress size 8?
Mm-hmm. 8'10". I mean, I just wore a dress today to work. That was 8.
Okay. All right. About in the range, 150, 160. So he's 190, you're 160.
He was a lean guy. You know, he wasn't a
See, here we go. He was a lean guy.
big guy.
Oh, there it is. He was a lean guy. He wasn't a big guy. Sweetheart, you see how she just told on herself? Let's go back. This is so funny, dude. Women think we're stupid. Listen to this.
Mm-hmm. How much did he weigh?
Listen.
10.
How tall was your ex-husband?
Sorry?
How tall was your ex-husband?
He was 6 foot.
Stop the
No,
cap.
he wasn't. Dude wasn't 6 foot. Watch the way she said it.
Size?
8, 10.
Watch, check this out. This is funny. So we got her baseline now. She told the truth about her height. She told the truth about her height and her weight. Watch her face.
No, neither of us.
Right. But see, in this country, and the way we do stuff, is women can always do what you just did.
Yep.
Weaponize victimhood and make it to where the man hit me.
Yep, C-Dub says they're at the same time size. Exactly.
And that's supposed to override everything else. When we know that's not even the case.
Nope.
How tall are you?
Watch.
5'8".
5'8". Do you see how steady? See how steady she was? Look at her eyes. 5'8". That's our baseline because we know she's telling the truth.
Dress size?
I'm sorry?
Dress size?
8, 10.
Eyes in the same direction. Eyes in the same direction. How tall are you? 5'8". Dress size 8'10". Okay.
How tall was your ex-husband?
Sorry?
How tall was your ex-husband?
He was 6 foot.
Oh, 6 foot. That's interesting. That's interesting. So she looked like Steady Eddie. So she's looking right at the she's looking right at the screen when she told the truth about her height and weight. But then when he asked her, how tall is your husband? 6 foot. Look where her eyes are now. Look where her eyes are now.
Stop the cap.
How much did he weigh?
Like 200.
Look at that. Same thing, y'all. Same fucking thing.
Stop the cap.
Look at her face. Look at her face. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. This chick is capping. Nora's son says, actually, white women call the authorities much more often than black women from the stats. Yeah, you're getting timed out for that. You're getting timed the fuck out for that. Fuck that. Fuck that. Of course, you want to know why? Check this out. Check this out. Check this out. I don't give a fuck if you're a member or not. Miss me with that bullshit. Miss me with that fucking bullshit. Actually, white women call the authorities much more often than black women from the stats. Yeah, really? For real? You want to know why that is correct? It's the same reason why more white women are on food stamps than black women. It's the same reason why white women commit paternity fraud more than black women. Because there are more white women. Of course they call more. Nora's son. There are more of them. Do not be mathematically disingenuous. Fuck out of here. Well, there aren't as many black baby mamas as there are white. There aren't as many black single mothers as white single mothers. Yeah, that's true. But there are a shitload more white girls in this country. Now, when you look at percentages, you ask them percentages, what do you get? Fucking crickets. Fuck out of here with that. Can't stand niggas that roll up in here and give it, well, actually, white women, get the fuck out of here, man. Fuck out of here. How does that even make sense? 85% of people locked up, niggas. And most white girls don't fuck with niggas. So who's putting these niggas in jail? Fuck's wrong with you? Get the fuck out of here, man. Makes no fucking sense, man. No fucking sense. Can't stand that bullshit. Fuck, you know what? Fuck that. Nora's son, you're gone. You know what? Let me just calm down. Let me calm down. Don't come up in here talking about numbers and statistics. Fuck out of here with that, man. Can't stand that shit. All right, let's continue.
Maybe 195.
Maybe 195? So she added 2 inches to his height, clearly. And then she added 20 pounds to his frame. So he was 5'10", 175. She's 5'8", 170. Yeah, they're about the same size. About the same size.
And how much do you weigh?
I'm like 158.
Like 158? Yeah, try 165, 170. Now watch. She tells on herself right now. Watch.
5'8", dress size 8?
Mm-hmm. 8'10". I mean, I just wore a dress today to work.
See? 8'10". She's looking down. 8'10". Yeah, she's telling the truth.
It was 8.
Okay. All right. About in the range, 150, 160. So he's 190, you're 160.
He was a lean guy. You know, he wasn't a big guy.
See? He wasn't a big guy. That's exactly right. He's 6 foot 200 pounds. 6 foot 200 pounds. That's a big fucking dude, sis. But for her to say he wasn't a big guy, not according to what you said.
No,
Right.
He was some big truck. He wasn't.
Right. My point is, ma'am.
Yeah, because if he was a big truck, you wouldn't have talked to him like that. You would not have talked to him like that. One of the many reasons, and you know, that reason is probably a little bit lower on the totem pole. But one of the many reasons Devin has never raised her voice to me is because I am much larger than she is. I'm much larger than she is. I'm a big fucking dude. I am 6'2", 245. Well, I don't know. I'm probably 240 now. I am 6'2", 240. I hit like a tank. Just ask the two dudes who needed facial reconstructive surgery after I hit them a handful of times. I'm 6'2", 240 with a temper problem. I don't have to threaten her. She understands that. I'm 6'2", Devin is 5'6". She's given away 6 inches, and Jesus Christ. She's given away 6 inches and 125 pounds. That's why she does not raise her voice to me. That's why she does not raise her voice to me. And listen, guys, I'm going to put it to you like this. And this might not be good to say, but I'm going to say it anyway. If your woman is 100% certain, if she is 100% certain that you would never do this, if she is 100% certain that you would never, be ready for that disrespect. Be ready for that. Yes, men are bigger, faster, stronger than women. Dude, even men who are physically smaller than women are twice as strong as women. We get that. We understand that. But when you have a woman, when you have a female who is any size, if she's with a man who is much larger, guess what that connotes? That connotes respect. Devin knows I'm crazy. I'm crazy. I'm not stupid. I am not about to get locked up for anything dumb. Of that I can assure you. But I'll tell you what. Devin has never tried me. Never, ever tried me. Ever. Dude, I've she doesn't try me, man. I've broken all kinds of furniture, man. I've broken bar stools. I've broken tables. I got a crack in this one here. The point is, and I tell you guys this all the time, it isn't yet, but never, ever, ever, never, ever, ever be afraid to raise your voice at your woman. It's not against the law yet. But if you need to get loud with your woman, fucking do it. If you're a fucking coward and you're afraid to raise your voice at your woman, then guess what? You don't deserve to be with a woman. Real talk. Real talk. Oops.
You came in here trying to craft a narrative where the onus was outside of you.
No.
Ma'am.
Yes, you did. Oh, my God. Are you serious? She's like, no. No.
You kind of shifted to my marriage. I kind of wanted to talk about
no, sweetheart. No. You brought it up.
here and finding a man.
Well, what is a man going to find is the question.
What do you mean?
Any man who's listening to what just happened knows exactly what I mean.
There you go.
So explain it to the women that don't understand.
The women who sit around and blame men for what they do. Women like you who come in and craft narratives, lie by omission, deflect, obfuscate, to the point to where I have to sit down and treat you like a hostile witness to get you to admit.
Shit, he said hostile witness. Oh, my God. Damn. Your Honor, request to treat the witness as a hostile witness. Yes, granted. Please. But be careful, counselor. You're on thin ice.
Been verbally violent and emotionally abusive to the man that you said put his hands on you. Mm-hmm. You were complicit in the destruction of your own marriage, i.e. you wrecked your own home.
Yep.
Okay.
There it is. Big Brandon says, he says, 6'4", 340. I don't hit hard, but I'd highly advise you don't let me grab you. I think, dude, Big Brandon, I said there are 3 people in this world, and I knew there were 4. I said there are 3 people, actually 5 people. There are 5 people in this world I would never, ever, I mean, aside from the obvious, I'm never going to throw hands at guys like Mike Tyson, Evander. There are 5 people in my life I would never, ever throw hands with. Number 1, never throw hands with Ed Lattimore. No way. He would cave in my skull with his jab. Real talk. I don't know if you guys have ever seen Ed Lattimore, but that's a big fucking dude. And he's really fucking smart. I don't think it's, see, this is why I sneak tip, I low-key hate. I mean, obviously I'm speaking in jest, but low-key, I'm jealous of Ed. Because he is bigger and stronger than me, and he's also smarter than me. I'm like, what the fuck, man? Like, what the fuck? Like, the dude has a degree, and he's got, like, a PhD in physics, and he was a heavyweight fighter. I ain't got no PhD. I'm not a heavyweight fighter. Anyway. Ed Lattimore's number 1. I would never throw hands with Ivan Throne. Never, ever, 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 ever throw hands with Ivan Throne. Who was the third one? I guess number 3 is Big Brandon, and the 4th one of my best friends in Vegas. Spent a lot of time with him. Used to be bouncer at nightclubs. His name is Jesus. Jesus was the biggest fucking Mexican you ever seen in your goddamn life, and the dude was cool as hell. But dude, oh my god, like his hands, dude. Like I used to, dap him up or whatever. His hands used to swallow mine. I would never throw hands with that dude. Ever. No, sir.
That's why I call you homewreckers, because you guys won't even admit it. You were with this man for years ahead of time, and he hadn't been violent.
I mean, I can't admit it, but I'm saying I feel as though you're trying to demonize me when you don't.
You demonized him, ma'am. I'm defending men.
See? Oh, look at that. Facts are stubborn things. Look at her get frustrated when Kevin hits her with facts. Watch.
I mean, I can't admit it, but I'm saying I feel as though you're trying to demonize me when you don't.
You demonized him, ma'am.
Oops. Look, there it is.
Defending.
Look, that right there. Oh, you saw that? She's like, oh my god. Yeah, facts are stubborn things there, fam.
Men, you said your marriage ended. Don't Kevin me. You demonized that man when you demonized that man when you came in and said your marriage broke down because he put his hands on you.
What you're watching is her.
Now,
what you're watching is her realizing that she cannot manipulate Kevin Samuels. Can't do it. Oh, the 5th person is Brandon's son. I would never throw hands with Brandon's son. I am near 100% certain Brandon's son could kick my ass. The kid's like 11 years old. I wouldn't throw hands with him. I might hire him on as personal security one of these days.
Yeah.
My point is, man, wherever it ended. And all men are looking for in the future is nobody's perfect.
Right.
We're all broken. We all have things. But men are tired of hearing that they're always the problem.
Right.
And I didn't mean to come off that way. He and I.
But you did, sweetie. You said, well, when Kevin started to squeeze her, when he started to quiz her on the details in terms of who filed for divorce, well, okay, fuck it. She tried to play that trump card. Well, he put his hands on me and expected Kevin to just be, oh, well, in that case, his bad.
Nope.
Kevin said, fuck that.
We have friends now. We have had breakthroughs where,
say what?
You know, it's been 10 years and we both said to each other, like, I'm flawed, you're flawed.
Good.
I really don't know why we're focused on this.
Well, we're focused on it, ma'am, because you brought it up.
Right.
If you had said my marriage ended, it didn't break down. If you had said my marriage ended because we were both broken and flawed, we both did bad things to one another, we wouldn't have been here. Okay. You go back and rewind it. I don't believe I've been any.
Kevin, you haven't. We got you.
I think I've been.
We got you.
Very reasonable. I'm dealing with what you said.
That's right.
You said it broke down because he put his hands on you. And I question what you did, if anything, and you admitted you were verbally violent and emotionally abused.
It's funny. Women hate it when they make a statement, but then you quiz them on it right afterwards. They hate when you quiz them on shit they say because they expect you to just believe, just like Kevin said, believe all women. Women hate, dude, I swear to, dude, I'm going to tell you what, man. I'm going to tell you what. Women hate it when people quiz them, dude. Real talk. Devin used to hate that too, but you know what? She's kind of used to it. If there's anything amiss, I'll quiz her. She doesn't get frustrated if she's got nothing to hide. If a woman gets frustrated with you quizzing her on certain things, like where you were last night, who is this guy Kevin you keep talking about at work, you can bet your bottom dollar that she's getting bottomed out. That was clever. I came up with that on the fly.
Yeah. That's why we had to go down this rabbit hole, because if this is what you're still saying here, that means likely you'd be taking that out into the dating environment.
No, maybe so. But
unbelievable. This woman, this woman caught herself capping, tried to hedge and said, fuck it. Okay, I admit it. But then she minimized it. Watch.
Here, that means likely you'd be taking that out into the dating environment.
No, maybe so.
Wow. I love, dude, it's so funny when you can see women thinking out loud. It's funny when women think out loud. God damn. DJ Red Pill says, hold on. He had a really good comment. Hang on a second. Hold on. Where did it go? DJ Red Pill said she saw the movie Lie Hard. All right, guys. Give me your best liar movies. Replace a word with the movie lie. Women probably watched the movie Lie Hard. They definitely watched Liar Liar. They definitely watched Man on Liar.
But I've learned a lot on that front.
Okay.
Which is why it's hurtful to go down that road. But
well, man, we didn't have to go down that road until you didn't have to go down that road until you said it.
I stand corrected, bitch. It took you 30 minutes to come around.
Really, nigga?
Now you stand corrected?
Ended because he put his hands on you.
You're right.
See, I'm fair. I call it down the middle, but unlike most places, I don't just go off believe all women. I believe the facts and the evidence, the data, the statistics. And I am tired of seeing men.
Limando, there we are, the big Libowski. Keep him coming. Lie versus Kramer, I love it. 50 fibs of cap.
We can have our entire lives wrecked because of a false or allegation or a story or a narrative.
That's all it takes, guys. That is all it takes. It doesn't take a conviction. It doesn't even take an arrest, guys. All it takes is an allegation. Man's life destroyed. No proof, no evidence, no nothing. He EPAR'd me. He Devisuba me. Me.
I hear you. I didn't wreck his life. I
didn't say that. I said we men. I said we.
Oh, well. You did. Oh, okay. I didn't put him on child support. I didn't wreck his life. Oh, okay. What do you want, a fucking cookie? You want a fucking cookie? You are on a channel with a guy who has over 1 million subscribers, at least 50% engagement. You are showing your face and saying, he put hands on me. 1 million subscribers, sweetheart. 1 million subscribers. And you said, he put hands on me. You don't think there's a chance that maybe your ex-husband's employer maybe saw that? You don't think there's a chance that someone, a friend of a cousin, aunts, dogs, nephews, you don't think anybody saw that? Unbelievable, man.
Men. I said we men.
I'm not that kind of person. I don't believe in like damaging people's lives.
Oh, you don't believe in damaging people's lives, yet you're on a podcast that has 1 million subscribers talking about he put hands on me. And you didn't request not to be on YouTube. I'm sorry, how is that not damaging to your now ex-husband? Huh?
Ask me a question, and I'm sorry that I answered it incorrectly. You're right.
Answer correct.
Oh my God.
Correctly, ma'am.
Oh boy.
Correctly.
Oh boy.
Incorrectly.
Oh boy.
No, meaning
oh boy.
You're right. I was verbally abusive to him. I was.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. And now the truth comes out.
But see, the thing is, man, incorrectly. The men you'd be looking to deal with think a lot like I do. You don't have 1 million subscribers because you are an anomaly. Men are tired. If you live in this country, you can witness a man's entire life be torn apart
just like
by
that.
An allegation.
Just like that. Dude, again, I'll say this again. An allegation. Not an arrest, not a conviction. An allegation, guys.
I know that.
So you ladies have to and what happens to women who make these allegations? Oftentimes nothing. They can just say, I'm sorry.
Yep.
I know that as well.
So as a lawyer, as an attorney, you have a higher burden, in my opinion, than other people because you know the law.
Ooh.
And you know the consequences. So when you come in and say something like you just said, and then say, well, I apologize, or I misspoke.
That doesn't cut it. That doesn't cut it. Listen. Is she sorry? Maybe, maybe not. But sweetheart, the damage is done. Again, 1 million subscribers. You are showing your face. People know your name. Somebody, dude, it is very possible, especially because it's such a large channel, large audience, somebody may see this. Somebody might have seen this. He put hands on, oh my God, whatever her husband's name is, Michael. Wait, Michael put hands on what was her name? Michael put hands on Anika? Then they're calling up, do you know Michael put hands on Anika?
I didn't say it. I'm like, well.
Look at her. She's just now coming to this realization that maybe this wasn't the best idea. But guess what? When women are trying to absolve themselves of all responsibility, they do not care one bit who they throw under the bus. Not under the bus. Not one.
Nope.
That's a bit much.
Yep.
Go back and watch the segment, man. Just go back and watch the segment and watch what people say. Go back and watch the segment. Watch what men and women are saying in the chat room because I can't see it. But have you had? Let's move. Let's put here. Pause here and move forward. You're divorced. You said you're.
All right. Let me read some. Thought I had some super chats. Give me a second. Wow, you guys are really, man, you guys are very active in the super chat. I always appreciate the support. Big thanks goes to Shows on Hanma, $2. Says, black women were not all ratchet. 5 minutes later, swings a punch. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Bashley, the ratchet on Temptation Island Season 2, almost threw hands with Medina because Medina was checking her ass. Brooklyn Kennedy, $2, says she was on Kevin's show before. She didn't say she was... Guess not. Brooklyn Kennedy again says she was not claiming this the first time on Kevin's show. I did not know that. And Brooklyn Kennedy again says she is straight capping facts. Dude, I'm telling you, man, these bitches be trifling. C-Dub, $20, says, the day my ex-wife put hands on me, I tried to walk away, but she followed me up the stairs, cussing me all the way. Then I got in my grill, wagged a finger in my face, called me Tim Raines, and hit me? Then demanded alimony? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What? This chick followed you upstairs, got in your face, called you a switch hitter, and then put hands on you, then demanded alimony. Dude, listen, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this up. Unbelievable. Ruminant Melanoid, good to see you in here again. She says she cannot be a courtroom attorney. KS just destroyed her like this was an episode of Perry Mason. Yeah, right. TechnomHB5, $20, says a relationship requires both man and woman to take responsibility for their parts. Why do women file for divorce 8 out of 10 times? How often? Because they don't take accountability. Then they wonder where all the good men are. Yeah, real talk. Real talk. Bowden Effect with the €5 super chat says, hey guys, keep up the good work. Cheers from Germany. Love your content. Shout out to the Germans. Listen, man, I'm a big fan of Germany. I love their chocolate, and I love their engineering. German engineering, listen, as far as cars are concerned, German engineering, they're superior. Italy is good. I've always been an Audi guy. Always been an Audi guy. Face facts, $5 says the relationship went bad after marriage and the baby. Black women use babies like pew pew, right? Yes, they do. Miseducation of an African American, $2 says some of all lies. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh my God, you guys are the liar. Oh, wow. Throw liar from the train. Captain Liar, lie alone, bad lies. She didn't start the liar. That's good. That's good. On the Sharpe Stream side, there's License to Lie, Live and Let Lie, Lying Miss Daisy, Golden Lie. Oh, this is good. This is really good. Golden Lie. The Manchurian Liar, The Liars, Silence of the Lies, Pirates of the Caribbean. This is good. This is good. Diary of a Wimpy Liar, Liar Unchained, The Never-Ending Liar, 40-Year-Old Liar, Planet of the Liars, How Stella Got Her Lie Back, Don't Be a Liar to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood, Liars of Honor, Indiana Jones and the Temple of Liars. By the way, that was the best Indiana Jones. Indiana Jones was in the Temple of Doom. That was the best. Oh my God. Wait, no, where did it go? Oh, okay, here we go. The Cap Shank Redemption. This is great. This is awesome. Saving Private Lion, The Good, Bad, and the Liar. Liars of the Lost Ark. The Last Star Liar. Oh my God. Universal Liar. Very good. Very good. This is, wow, you guys are really, really, oh yes, yes. Good. Oh yeah, good beer too. I haven't had much German food. Man. I remember we had, my brother and I think we had German food when we were, we were actually in Paris. And we went to this German restaurant like outside of town, and I don't remember much about it, but it's pretty good. Yeah, the beer, definitely. Mrs. Doubtliar. That's the best one. Mrs. Doubtliar. Oh my God. Okay, so I saw a couple of other comments from Norris-san. Let's see if I can understand where he's coming from. So Norris-san said, actually, white women call the authorities much more often than black women from the stats. Okay. So then he said, DJ Red Pill said it was redundant, rhetorical. He says it may be rhetorical to you, but many do not have any life experience, and it's important to be clear. Okay. Maybe he's had white women call the cops on him. I don't know. Says you're not supposed to come in. Oh, well, that's okay. Okay, so he is a brother in a predominantly white field. I hear my colleagues' stories, and I think You did not understand the statement. I am at the attorney conversation, guys. Relax. My experience is that female privilege is across the board, but there are some important nuances that are subtle and quite dangerous. I played sports at a high level and went to a large white university. Okay, so Nora's son, I understand. Lie to me, that was a good TV show, actually. I understand where you're coming from, Nora's son, but that had absolutely, positively zero to do with what this is, right? If I were having a podcast, hey, who calls the cops more, white women or black women? Your comment would then be apropos, right? But that doesn't, listen, correct me if I'm wrong. I mean, I'll listen, but I don't understand why telling us that white women call the cops more often than black women. I don't know what that has to do with this. I really don't. A lot of times when, and I'm not saying it was you, I'll reserve judgment, but when I used to have my chat open, I used to get people in here all the time. Well, white girls do this more than black women. Black women are better than white girls at this. They always compare white women and black women. Donovan's with a white girl. He better watch out. Like, to me, that's race baiting. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't know what that has to do with what Kevin is talking to this woman about. So please correct me if I'm wrong. I'll try to be open-minded. D. Miller says, how do I get chat privileges? Yeah, Dev, if you would, put the link in the chat. I think it's youtube.com/Donovan Sharpe/membership. I don't know. I leave that to Dev. GMAC2, $5 says, men, do not give your strength to women. Your ways to those who destroy kings. Proverbs 31:3. I'm not an overly religious guy, but yeah, there's some wisdom in that. Liar ever after. I think the best one was Mrs. Doubtliar. That was fucking great. That was great. The Avengers Infinity Cap. Oh no, these are fucking great. These are great. Oh my God, this is unbelievable. Okay, but let's continue on to the last interview, shall we?
Alone. Why do you want to do this again? Why do you want to have another relationship, should I say?
Because I want companionship. I'm lonely. I want to be with somebody.
Gee, I wonder why.
Okay.
Let me go back to
that were really any additional children.
No.
Here's the thing. So, what Kevin, and I guess I kind of just glossed over this, but it's absolutely true, right? She brings this to the dating market. She brings this to the dating market. That's what she does. So when she's on a date, she keeps telling these dudes, yeah, I was married for, I was with my baby daddy for 6 years, and he put his hands on me. And all these dudes, oh my God, I would never da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. If a girl ever asks you on a first date, would you ever me, your answer, look her dead in the eye. Look her dead in the eye and say, I can't make any promises. And be deadly serious. Be deadly fucking serious. Be deadly serious. No, this doesn't mean that you are going to. Her doesn't mean that at all. What it does mean is that she knows that there is a line that could be crossed. They know that there is a line that could be crossed, because I'm going to tell you what, man. I'm going to tell you what, without saying it out loud, if I had that situation, if I had C-Dub's situation where a woman chased me up the stairs and called me, called me a Terry Pendleton, you want to know what would have happened?
Yoga claim.
Yeah, I'm not that stupid. But Lorenzo Rock just nailed it. There is a chance. Dude, you just never know. Dude, you catch someone on the wrong day in the wrong circumstance, and it's a wrap, dude. It is a wrap. Robert Leeser says, rule of thumb, no one is above an ass whooping. Real fucking talk. Dre Raven said, check please. Check please. D. Miller, welcome to chat privileges. Welcome to the family, D. Miller. I appreciate your support. At D. Miller to welcome him to the family of TSR Towers. D, if you would, D. Miller, put your age and location in the chat. You never know. Someone who is watching the broadcast now might very well live close to you. You guys can link up. That's how we do like-minded men. Let's go ahead and do a rotation, an age and location roll call, if you would, please.
Yeah.
What kind of man do you want to be with?
Uh-oh. Nah, just kidding. I'm not saying that she wants to be with that kind of man, but it's possible, right?
I know you're probably going to beat up on me for this.
I'm not. I prefer you not to say that.
Oh my god!
You know what
Oh my god! She says, "I know you're going to beat up on me for that," and Kevin said, "Whoa!" Said, "Whoa, whoa, 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 whoa." I prefer you not use that term.
Say, I've been watching your content, and I really.
Kevin said, "I prefer you not to use that." Oh, wow.
Beat up on you.
A lot of it, I do. Like most people, initially, I was like, oh, "No, he didn't." But then,
Counselor, shrinking violet. Let's get to it.
I'm not.
Okay.
I know.
I'm not.
I know.
So, what I'm saying is, when you ask me what kind of man I want to be with, I've learned that I need to be with someone that is.
Totally kidding. That's not the kind of man she wants. Listen, man, I gotta fuck with her, right?
On a similar page as me.
Okay.
Because I've dated men that didn't have like a similar education as me.
Oh.
Or whatever, a career path as me.
Here we go.
And I think that
go. Guys, I tell you this all the time. Dude, I've said this for years. The more money, the more status, the more wealth, the more influence a woman acquires, the further she shrinks her pool of potential suitors. Myron actually encapsulates this better than I do. He says the more money a woman makes, the more doors close. The more money a man makes, the more doors open. This is a 40-year-old woman who is an attorney who probably makes into the six figures. So guess what? Her attraction, see, men, we don't have an attraction floor. Well, we have an attraction floor, but it's a lot lower than women's. Right? I'm not saying that we'll be out here fucking anything. But in terms of socioeconomics, we don't listen, dude, we don't care. Listen, if she is trailer trash and no high school education, blah, 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 guess what? If she's hot enough and is trainable, oh, yes, we will take that girl out the trailer park. Real fucking talk. And I know black women, well, she gonna give you all kinds of trouble. Oh, really? So taking a bitch out the hood is gonna be even better? Any better?
Nope.
Yeah, didn't think so. And this is just how this is just how hypergamy works, guys. We tell women, listen, if you want to go out there and earn, cool. Go out there and earn and kick life's ass. Just understand that the further you move up on the ladder of success, the further you shrink your pool of potential suitors. And it's nobody's fault. I'm not telling women that they should date down. No, have standards. Just understand that standards come with consequences.
I've learned that that's not conducive to it
D. Miller said, I'll fuck anything, but I'm not fucking that.
working. And
nah, listen, they say never stick your dick in crazy. Listen, I co-sign that 100%, but I'm gonna tell you what, dude. Crazy pussy is really good pussy. But don't do it.
Watching your content, I'm rethinking that, because you're like, oh, if you're over 35, or if you're this, or if you're that, you need to consider people that not necessarily in the window that you might think that you
see the problem she's having. This is her main problem. That's her main problem.
Want,
other than the fact that she is 40 years old, is a single mother who has a daughter, who is also verbally Devisuba. Like, it's over. It's a wrap.
But I've been there, done that. Mm-hmm. And oftentimes that causes friction.
Right. So you're a man on the same socioeconomic level as you then.
Correct.
Right.
And
hold on. Okay. We got to go one at a time. Can't overtalk me. Same socioeconomic level. What state do you live in?
Right now I'm in New Jersey. I was in Maryland for a very long time.
All right. So what kind of law do you practice?
For a very long time I was in criminal defense, personal.
Oh my God. Isn't that ironic? Isn't that ironic? She practiced in criminal defense. How poetic. How poetic.
Injury contract.
Thank you. Trial. Thank you. So you have to go.
This is it.
See, guys, most of my career I work with attorneys. And not everybody.
And I've heard these stories too.
Everybody can work with attorneys.
Nope.
I'll tell more on that later. But somehow I just knew it was either PI or criminal. Just felt like it.
You cannot look. Street Fighter 88 says, you cannot make this shit up. Man, I'm trying to tell you, man.
So, we need to get these donations up. We've had some folks come through, make some nice donations. Hit the $5, hit the $20, because as we get into it, man, 40 years old, somebody on your same socioeconomic level. So that means somebody who's making in the obviously six-figure plus range.
Yes.
All right. So, fair question.
Uh-oh.
You don't want any more children.
Oh, boy.
Do you mind dating a man who's much older than you?
I would hope so.
No. I mean, much older, meaning like, no. But I would say like.
Look at her bristle. At the thought of dating a man older than her. Oh, God forbid.
13 years at the most. That's much older, right?
Sweetheart, 10 years at the most is not much older. 50-year-old men are... 50-year-old men do not want 40-year-old women who are single mothers with a daughter who is verbally abusive. Like, it's over. It's over. She thinks much older is 50? Dude, 50-year-olds want 20-year-olds. Not fucking... Dude, 50-year-olds want 20-year-olds with no kids and no fucking attitude. They don't want 40-year-old women who are former criminal defense attorneys who accused her husband of Devisuba and didn't own up to the fact that she was verbally Devisuba.
Yeah.
Nope.
All right.
I think in his
mid-50s.
Damn, Chef Boyarze says I'll give her a -3. Damn. God damn.
Yoga claim.
I mean, like, can she get a couple of points for being light-skinned? Damn, Chef Boyarze is that nigga's savage. He said I give her a -3. Damn. Man of understanding. Welcome to Chat Privileges. Thank you very much for your support. At Man of Understanding, to welcome him to the family. Man of Understanding, if you would put your age and location in the chat, I would greatly appreciate it. Damn, DJ Red Pill said -10. God damn. Y'all are savage tonight.
Yeah.
Or today.
All right. So.
Uh-oh.
So somebody in his mid-50s.
Really,
and
nigga?
What is the thing that higher income men, more than any other group of men, tend to want from a woman?
Youth and obedience. for 200, Alex. Ironic because that's my name.
From my experience, they just
This
want
is funny.
you to be.
This is funny. She knows the answer. She just doesn't want to say it. You want to know why she didn't want to say it? Because then that would make it real. That's why Kevin has these bitches say it out loud, to make it real. That's why he does this, man. That's why he does this. She knows what the answer is, but she's trying to come up with an answer that will appease Kevin to keep her in the running. But she knows it's a rap war.
You know, a good company, and you've said it. You know, you've also said that high value men can be jerks.
No, I didn't say that.
He didn't say it, but I will. High value men can be jerks and assholes. You want to know why? Because they can be. Just like hot girls can be fucking bitches because they can be.
That may be what you interpreted, but I didn't say that.
Okay.
So be good company.
Yes, be good company.
Oh boy.
You know, behave a certain way.
A certain
What's that way?
What exactly does that mean?
You know, I mean,
Nope.
it's different with different.
Kevin's like, nope, I don't know. God damn. Kevin is, this is funny. This is funny. I guess I really, well, I guess I'll talk about it. What I have seen Kevin do for the last year and a half, he and I had conversations like this. This is the way he would talk to me, guys. This is the way he would talk to me. I would try to give him some bullshit answer, be like, Donovan, you're full of shit. Like, this is, dude, these are, and listen, man, listen, sometimes I would get a little bit heated. Sometimes I really would get a little bit heated, but guess what? Guess what? You want to know why I never really, really got heated? Because I knew Kevin was right, man. I knew Kevin was right. All these people like to say Kevin is an asshole and Kevin is this and Kevin is that. Listen, sometimes that's the only way. That's the only way to deliver the message. Black women are extremely stubborn. You can't tell them shit. Well, guess what? I'm the same way. I'm very headstrong. I'm very steadfast. Anytime I hit a stagnation period, Kevin he always knew when to call me. He always knew when to call me. And I give him all kinds of excuses as to why this or that wasn't working. And he would ask me these 3-level questions, exactly like he's doing with these women now. And thanks to him, I've been able to evolve and stay relevant, because Kevin he's really the only dude. He's really the only content creator that I know who I'm good friends with who always keeps it 100 with me. These are the questions, I'm telling you, he and I used to have these conversations, and in the beginning, it was frustrating as fuck. But guess what? At some point, I had to say, okay, Kevin's a smart guy. I can't bullshit the guy. So let me just fucking keep it real, man. And at that point, that's when he was able to advise me. Those of you who have followed me for a long time, yeah, you guys remember the days where, what was I back, the episode 200s? I'd be getting ready to do an episode. Kevin would call me right there on the air. Every single time. It was funny. I actually thought he was doing it on purpose for a while. I don't think he was. But Kevin always knew what to say. One thing I've always said about Kevin, he has never, ever steered me in the wrong direction. Everything, and I mean everything that Kevin has ever told me about content creation and building your business has been 100% true. Yes, I work hard and I've made certain moves, but Kevin Samuels is the reason why I am going to be a millionaire one day. Real talk. Becoming a millionaire is something that was otherworldly to me. I never, even when I was making 165, 170 a year out in Vegas, it never occurred to me that I could actually be worth 7 figures. And here I am. I'm knocking at the door. Why? Because guys like Kevin always steer me in the right direction. And it's not always easy to hear. Dude, it's frustrating. It'll fucking piss you off. But guess what? What Kevin talks about works. This is the reason why he's probably the best matchmaker on earth right now. This is the reason why his Facebook group, every week, it's like two or three couples getting married. 2 or 3 couples getting married. Kevin doesn't talk about that stuff on the air. He doesn't talk about that stuff on the air. Oh, cancel Kevin, and we're going to sign this petition. You think the people that he has matched together, you think they're trying to sign that petition?
Nope.
What men and women alike need to understand is that good advice is almost never, ever easy to hear. It just never is, man. But at some point, what you have to do, you got to humble yourself. You got to humble yourself, man. I had to humble myself because, dude, listen, man, I'm an arrogant, cocky son of a bitch. I've done a lot of great things in my life. I really have. Dude, I have fucked the hottest girls. I've made the most money. I've had a penthouse. I've had all kinds of crazy cars, all kinds of money, all that stuff. Can't tell me shit. I just decided, you know what? I'm going to do this Donovan Sharpe thing. Boom. It worked. It wasn't easy, but guess what? I made it work. Couldn't tell me nothing. Well, guess what? When you have adversity, you need guys like Kevin to set you straight. I'm telling you, there's a reason why this dude has 1 million subscribers, man. And I would venture to say probably 85-90% of his subscribers probably Ninja Watchers. But guess what? They know he's speaking facts. It's not always easy to hear, and a lot of times it's hard to hear. But guess what? No lies detected.
Nope.
Different people, like I think I've probably dated 2 people that I'm thinking of, and just just in a way that pleases them.
Oh boy.
No, I don't.
Oh boy.
See, what I'm trying to understand is we put a comma, we put a period and moved on. And I'm not hearing a woman who really even knows the kind of men that she wants.
Ooh.
Counsel, this isn't a good case. You haven't done your research.
No, I've been doing my research.
No, really, ma'am, I'm asking. Because if this show is seen by these kind of men, they're listening. And they're like, well, does she even know what we want? Because I would tell you, where's Attorney Sperling? I should read what he wrote. Because he found his wife in my room.
Listen to this. See that?
Just to be good company and act in a certain way. Ma'am, that's saying nothing.
To be nurturing.
Nope, they won't cooperate. They want cooperation.
There it is.
Right.
That's don't say right. You didn't say that.
I did not say that.
No, you didn't because you didn't know.
I did not. Correct, I did not.
So
she's a last word type of bitch. You guys see this? She's a last word type of bitch, man.
You don't know what they want.
No,
they want a woman who's cooperative and a woman who's on their page, not on your page. This is why I say, like it or not, older attorneys are some of the last people these kind of men want.
Nope.
Because you tend to be more difficult, less cooperative.
Look at her. She's co-signing.
I can't argue with that for sure.
Nope.
So, if they don't want you, what are your options? If they don't want women like you,
I don't know.
Well, there you go.
What are my options? My options are just,
Oh boy.
believing in God and hoping that
God ain't got nothing to do with this.
Oh boy, here she goes. Oh, here we go. God is gonna find me a husband. Psh.
Really, nigga?
Gave you a 5+ year relationship and a marriage and children. You guys sound like you had mutual combat. I don't know why so many women feel like you just get infinite supplies of men. This ain't Pac-Man, and you don't have a cheat code. You run out of lives in this Joker.
Oh, yeah. Shit. He says you run out of lives in this Joker. And with that, that's going to bring the merciful. That is going to bring the merciful end to that interview. Wow. That was hard to watch. Man. But hey, it is what it is, man. I'm trying to tell you. Yeah, there ain't no game genie in this motherfucker. No, sir. C-Dub said, C-Dub said negative infinity squared. All right, C-Dub. So, like, if you... I'm not going to be a math nerd, but I hear what he's saying. Infinity... How can I put this? Because it needs to be negative. Anything, if you square a negative number, then it's a positive number. That's the geek in me. He said, negative infinity squared, no peace leave is worth the destruction. This woman has already proven she has no compunction to wreck your life, especially attached to an overweight 40-year-old single mom liar. Damn, how many knockouts do we have on today's show? Damn. That was rough.
Yep.
But that's what these bitches need to hear, man. Unfortunately,
she belongs to the streets.
She doesn't know it yet, but she will. Shout out to Mad World. Welcome to Chat Privileges. Welcome to the TSR family. I appreciate your support very much. At Mad World, to welcome him to the TSR family. Mad World, if you would, put your age and location in the chat so we can see where you at. With the $5 super chat, he says, what do you call a deaf gynecologist? A lip reader. C-Dub says she is Glass Joe. Nah, I don't think she's Glass Joe. I'm thinking she's like, let's see, she's 40. I'm thinking she's like, I don't know, maybe like, I think she's probably closer to the Great Tiger. That's what I think. I think she is closer to the Great Tiger. See, Glass Joe is who you want your woman to be. That's who you want your woman to be. Someone who is nonviolent. And Glass Joe is nonviolent. I'm gonna work on trying to cast my I got my Nintendo Switch right here. I got my Switch right here. I got my controller. And I just got to find a way to, like, I know how to hook it up to my TV. I just need to figure out how to hook the feed up. I need to know how to hook the feed up so that you guys can see. I'm gonna put a green screen behind me, and I'm gonna play games. I think that'll be cool. Street Fighter 8 said she likes to disappear when things get tough. So Great Tiger's a match. Oh man, that's very good. Very, very nice. Very, very nice. Oh my God. God damn. Slash and Burn Theory called her King Hippo. Oh my God. Wow. 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 Oh, okay. So C-Dub was thinking win-loss record. All right. Yeah, she was, listen. She was taking mad L's for sure. That is funny as hell. King Hippo. Wow. You said, got to get an Elgato. I've got the Elgato Stream Deck. Like, I've got the Stream Deck right here. Or is that, I mean, is that what that is? I don't know. I'll figure it out. If anybody can tell me how to cast my Nintendo Switch to the screen and all that, I greatly appreciate it. So, I'm going to take about a 10-minute break. And coming up next is the Temptation Island breakdown, followed by the Love is Blind After the Altar breakdown. We are now on season 3. Of Temptation Island. Season 2 was a lot better than season 1. It really, really was. Season 2 was a lot better than season 1. All of the women. Wait a minute. Let me think. Season 2. So, This is so funny. And I want you guys to really listen to this. A lot of guys ask, Donovan, why do you break down dating shows? Like, it's totally beta to watch these dating shows. Everything is scripted, blah, 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 blah. No, fuck you. Dating shows are not scripted. You want to know how I know they're not scripted? Because what we talk about here plays out every single time. Let's go down the list. In season 1, there were 4 couples. And I hope I can remember all these. There were 4 couples. Shari and Javen. Casey and Evan. Katie and John. Carl and Nicole. 4 couples on season 1. Okay? John, Carl, and Javen did absolutely nothing to disrespect their relationships. They didn't hook up with anybody. They didn't kiss anybody. Yeah, there was some light flirting here and there. But they didn't smash anybody. Now, one would think that the men who refrained from smashing other girls while on the island were rewarded with loyalty. Surely, because the world says, listen, if you're a good guy, you will never get cheated on.
Nope.
All 3 of those guys, Carl, actually, 2 out of the 3 women, Carl's woman and John's woman, both cheated on him. They both cheated. John and Carl, perfect gentlemen. And dude, they had girls throwing themselves at them. Carl had Brittany trying to e-par him every other night. And Brittany was a goddamn smoke show. Like, real talk. Solid LA 9. Miami 9. Vegas 8. Dude, Brittany was bad. She was bad. Carl turned her down at every turn. What did his girlfriend do to reward him for his loyalty? That's right. She fucked this dude named Tyler, who wasn't even that good looking. Dude, Carl was ripped. C-cup. He had C-cup pecs. Bitches throwing themselves at him all day. Never touched any of them. So how does his girlfriend repay her? She cheats on him with a lesser man. John, same deal. Had this huge-breasted girl named Catherine. There was another girl who liked him. I don't want to respect my relationship with Katie. What does Katie do? Cheats on her boyfriend. Now, Shari and Javen are the anomaly. Okay? Javen respected his girlfriend. He was and listen, Javen was definitely a Tyrone. He was definitely a Tyrone. Dude, girls were throwing themselves at him left and right. Gave him all the stiff arm. Shari stayed in pocket until the end. She says, I think I could see myself with Justin. Justin was a very good-looking guy, but he wasn't Javen. So they made it through Temptation Island. Oh, but there was one guy who absolutely did everything he could to disrespect his relationship. That's right. His name was Evan. Evan started fucking a girl named Morgan who was on that island. Now, one would think, oh my God, if he cheats, then she's surely going to leave him.
Nope.
Not even close. Not only did his girlfriend Casey not sleep with another guy, because one would think that that's what they would do, because her boyfriend Evan was sleeping with another girl. Not only did she not sleep with another guy, this girl begged him not to leave. Evan, please don't leave me. At the last scene, the last bonfire, please don't leave me, Evan. This man disrespected her in every way. Called this other woman his girlfriend. Didn't send her a message. Well, dude, this chick was in his bed every day. His girlfriend begged for him back. That's season 1. Let's go to season 2. Once again, there were 4 couples. Rick and Ashley. We call her Bashley because she is black and her name is Ashley. Then there was Casey and Ashley. Washley, white, Ashley, Washley, black Ashley, Bashley, right? There was David and Kate. And then there was Gavin and Isonica. Okay? 3 of the 4 guys did absolutely nothing to disrespect their relationships. Nothing. They didn't hook up with anybody. Like I said, there was light flirting here and there. There was, listen, they're on an island. They don't have their girlfriends around. There's alcohol flowing. It is what it is. Rick was cool. Rick didn't disrespect his relationship. Gavin didn't disrespect his relationship. And Casey did not disrespect his relationship. All 3 of these dudes had women throwing themselves at them, especially Casey. Especially Casey. One of the girls from the show probably still likes him. Every one of their girlfriends slept with somebody else. Every one of them slept with somebody else. That's what happened. That's what happened. Gavin's girlfriend, Isonica, fucked this nigga named Kareem. Casey's girlfriend, Washley, fucked this dude named Ben. And Rick's girlfriend, Bashley, who is ratchet, fucked this nigga KB the first night. You guys sensing a pattern here? You guys sensing a pattern here? Why do you break down these dating shows? Because they reflect the truth. That's why. The better you treat women, the worse they treat you. Well, what about the 4th couple, Donovan? Oh, it gets real good. The 4th couple was David and Kate. Kate was easily the best looking of the girlfriends on the island. Isonica was a hot mess. Cottage cheese thigh. She had no business being there. Bashley was a ratchet. And Ashley, she had a really nice ass. We called her Ashley. But dude, she is like 2 cheeseburgers short of being on My 600-Pound Life. But David was in a relationship with Kate. Kate's 34 years old. 34 years old. Beautiful woman. But, she was the oldest one there. What did David do? Did he respect his relationship?
Nope.
Hell no. David almost ran through the whole island. He almost had a threesome in his bed. He fucked 2 women, kissed another one, and then kicked the first girl he fucked off the island. And after that, he ended up with by far and away the hottest girl on the season. Her name was Tanita. Blonde, ample boobs, unbelievable ass. Oh, and get this. Tanita found out that David had this little threesome. Guess what? No surprise. She said, you know what? Chalk it up to a bad night. Guys, this is why I do what I do. Pre-selection is the key. So, at the last bonfire, David and Kate decided to go their separate ways. Kate, do you want to leave the island with David? No. He hurt me, blah, 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 blah. Well, guess what happened? Guess what happened with Miss Kate? Kate and David are back together. Back together. This man dumped her, fucked 2 chicks, kissed another, almost organized a threesome. As soon as they got back home to New Jersey, ironically, got right back with him. Not only that, she got a boob job. Guys, you can't make this stuff up. You can't make this stuff up, dude. We got Red talking about, competition anxiety is toxic. Really? Is that why both bitches David ended up with got boob jobs? That's right. Tanita got a boob job. David still left her. Now he's back with Kate. Dude, the RP is clear and prevalent in all of these dating shows, guys. The world tells us that in a Temptation Island setting, just respect your relationship and she'll reciprocate that respect.
Nope.
Literally the opposite. If you want to win Temptation Island, if you want to save your relationship, if you really want to save your relationship, take your girl to Temptation Island and smash every girl on the island. I promise you, she's not going anywhere. Even if at the end of the show, well, I'm leaving, guess what? As soon as y'all land back at home, he's going to be all up in them guts. This is why I break these shows down. And so that was the first 2 seasons. That was the first 2 seasons. And so we are going to be starting season 3 of Temptation Island. We are going to be starting season 3 of Temptation Island. I'm going to tell you what, man. I am very, very much looking forward to seeing who the new crop is. I am very much looking forward to seeing who the new crop is. I'm going to pull it up here. There we go. Let's go ahead and blow it up. Let's season 3, episode 1. All right, season 3, episode 1. So I am going to be, hang on a second. Oh boy. There we are. Perfect. 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 Give me a second. If you want to if you want to watch Temptation Island, if you want to watch the breakdowns, you can watch absolutely free, free of charge using the Sharpe Stream mobile app. You can watch for free using the Sharpe Stream mobile app. You can get the link. You can get the link at sharpestream.com, SHARPE.com. You can download it for Android or Apple. You can watch the breakdowns absolutely free live. If you want chat privileges, become a Sharpe Stream member or a patron. If you want access to the replays, because once I'm done streaming, it doesn't go anywhere but Patreon or Sharpe Stream. So I'm going to go ahead and take about a 10-minute break. And so you guys get on over to sharpestream.com and we'll get this party started. Appreciate that, Salvatore.
Dom DeMarco.
All right, guys. So we are. Let me rearrange my screen just a little bit. You know what? This is probably a good spot. Yeah, I can't put it on the. I can't put it on the left anymore. The bottom left, because that's where the information comes. But all right, guys. So we are about to start the Temptation Island / Love is Blind breakdowns. So we are going to Xfinity and relax. Then we're going to Netflix and chill. So I'm going to say goodbye to my audience on D Live. Saying goodbye to my audience on my backup channel. I'm going to say goodbye to my audience on Facebook. I'm going to say goodbye to my audience on Twitch. My MGTOW.TV and my Manosphere.TV audience. Sayonara. Again, if you want to watch for free, simply download the SharpeStream mobile app at sharpestream.com. And now I'm going to say goodbye to my YouTube audience. I'll just wait until I get all the